Bait taught me how to fucking use this shit one day. I don't even know if I told y'all this story, but I forgot what city we were in, but we stopped at a Walmart and I literally witnessed Baked Alaska buy a whole case of mace. And he used every drop of it. I swear to fucking God, dude. I witnessed this man walk into Walmart and buy a whole, like a box full of mace. Like, he bought all the mace that Walmart had. He literally bought every can of mace. That shit just blew my mind. I've never seen anyone do that before. And he used all of it, dude. Like, he didn't waste any of it.
I'll come back this way.
All right. The birthday party. Gotta turn around. What's up, dude? How are you? I like that chain. What's going on, dude?
You videotaping me, man?
Oh, I'm just YouTube. I'm a YouTuber.
I don't like.
I'm not filming you. I'm filming myself. Damn, bro.
Damn, bro. I'm fucking getting mad, dude.
Stop it. I'm not filming you.
Fucking walk away.
No, it's a public street, dude. Stop. Stop it, bro. I'm not filming you. I'm not filming you.
So then just don't do it.
No, I'm allowed to film, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Bro, then film
Stop.
away from me.
Stop. Get the fuck out. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
All right, so don't fucking film me.
No, I'm allowed. We're on a public street, dude.
Do you want to do this to me, bro?
We're on a public street. Get out.
Please
Get out of my face.
don't.
I'm asking you last time. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Yeah, he's attacking me. Dude's attacking me. Okay.
You didn't know that? What was that?
I thought you had your tie
There's
on.
a lot of shit. You want to see him kick that shit out your hand?
No.
Or do you?
No, I don't.
That's your choice, not mine. You're giving me direction. You want me to
No, I would not like that.
You want me to?
No. Don't kick. Don't. No violence, sir.
That's it. Gangsta love doesn't fight.
No.
Turn career and
Hey. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Hey, bro.
Don't attack me.
Hey, relax.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Don't fucking.
He fucking attacked me, bro. He had a fucking sharp thing in his hand. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, bro, are you gonna tell me, man? Like,
Tell him to not attack me, bro. Let's fucking go, dude.
So we're not trespassing.
This guy is right here.
I thought you were against Biden stealing the election.
So you're just sitting here trying to antagonize.
No, are you taking that back?
Well, I'm actually about to act trespass if you're not removing yourself from my property.
I'm off.
He is moving. No, you're not. This is our
I
property.
thought you were against Joe Biden stealing the
And then you're blocking our entrance.
But
And then you're blocking our entrance. Why are you being homophobic? Why are you being homophobic?
What's wrong?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
You're really one of those like homophobic people?
As long as
so you gotta get off my property and quit blocking my door.
It's not your property.
I'm not kidding. Get out of my door now.
Don't scream. Don't fucking
Quit blocking my door.
Don't scream in his face.
whoa, don't push my bro.
Don't fucking.
Don't push him. Don't push him, dude.
Aggressive. I'm not gonna cap.
You fucking kidding me?
You're a little pussy.
Fuck you, dude.
You're being a little pussy.
Yeah, he attacked me. Fuck you.
Chemical assault.
We didn't do anything.
I didn't do nothing.
Did you see him fucking scream in my ear and fucking shove me?
Yeah, and I was defending you. I was ready to square up on him for that.
No,
If that's what it came to,
No,
I was ready to square
outside.
up.
I was outside the fucking door too.
Yeah.
That's fucking so unnecessary, dude. And I wasn't even fucking streaming. I was sitting there, and he's
They
like,
tried to say
"You gotta go. You got." I'm like, dude, I'm literally chilling. I'm sitting here.
Can I see your phone? I want to Google search.
Scottsdale.
Look at this. It's just, this is shameful. It's shameful. Look at this. It's Give, Send, Go, the #1 free Christian crowdfunding site. He's doing this on a platform that's explicitly Christian, that has a pray now button. It has a pray now button. There's a literal button
to hit press F to pray for Yoba. It's the Baked Alaska Legal Defense Fund. The campaign created by Yoba Inc. Yoba Inc. Look at it. It's Yoba Inc. The Year of Baked Alaska Incorporated. Let's go. Yoba. Yoba Inc. Press F to pray. Press S to spray. The content spray. He was merely spreading the word of the Lord when he sprayed them. When he sprayed that bouncer, he was just preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. A message of repentance to sinners now. Like, come on. Fuck off. This guy's not doing a goddamn thing to do anything. All he does is stream himself being a complete and utter degenerate, doing drugs, harassing people in the street, harassing employees who are just trying to be productive members of society, who are trying to pay their bills and go home. You know, people who work minimum wage at gas stations and at restaurants. He fucks with them. He fucks with old people without shame. The mentally disabled, the weak, the sick, the infirm. This man is the lowest of the low. The sickest of the sick in society. Fuck you, Matt Fuentes. Anybody who's giving these fucking idiots money after the failure of AFPAC 2, the complete honeypot failure of AFPAC 2, Louis Theroux was there.
Okay, the Beardson. We skip forward to Beardson. And I don't know who Beardson is, really. He's like a nobody. In the whole, even by like America First standards. He introduces himself as like a gamer. And he has a brief interview with this because he cuts it off immediately.
You know, it says you had one job.
Okay.
Right. And you failed. Because you did a two.
By the way, he's really, Beardson's like 5'1" and Nick Theroux is like over 6. When you see them like standing next to each other, and really the whole interview should have been shot in that like them standing next to each other because it's really obvious like how much shorter he is. There's even a quote. He said something like, I wish I had pressed him and said something like, what are you going to do? You're like a foot shorter than me. Are you going to like kick my ass? What are you going to do? And it's funny because Louis Theroux is like a gangly, lengthy Jewish British boy, and Beardson can't do anything about it.
Nazi salutes.
I did not do a Nazi salute.
Well, it looked like, you know that word optics?
You know what else I'm familiar with is a term, bad journalism.
He's so angry because Louis used like his lingo against him and says, oh, your optics is shit. He sounded just like PPP when he said that. Like, oh, the optics. What about the optics, Beardson? And he's just like fuming to get called out on that. And he's like, oh, I've got another term for you. And it's like, okay, what's the term? What's the term? That's so fucking bad. It's so embarrassing. Okay. My take is, I think that he because in the documentary it shows like he does do it twice, and yes, it is like a salute, but it's like a very intentional. Like he wants to have his hand outstretched like that. That's not like how you salute people. He's not military. And then there's this, and it's like I think that it was supposed to be like a dog whistle. Like I'll do it, but then if anyone asks about it, I can just say that it was supposed to be like an American like salute. I think that's what. And then when he gets called out on that, it's just like, oh well, fuck you, get out of my house. I'm not in your house. So that's not actually the only other embarrassing thing that Beardson did. They really made Beardson look like the biggest fucking retard in this documentary. Out of all the people, he was the one that came out like the most like humiliated.
I didn't do anything wrong. It was awesome. It was good content.
Then why did you say they're right? A lot of people said I shouldn't have done this thing that I did, and they're correct. I should not have done it. That's what you're saying. Now you're saying it's awesome and you should have done it?
Other people should not be talking to journalists, and you should not. Why
are you talking to journalists?
Because it was awesome and it was good content.
So what if I talked to Louis Theroux and I said, oh, well, it was awesome and it was good content? That would suffice?
Well, if you talk to Louis Theroux, it wouldn't be good content because you don't make good content.
I think that what you did here was just flat out. I think what you did here was just flat out wrong. I think that it was immoral. Okay, you're talking about journalists being fraudulent and immoral. I think what you did was fraudulent and immoral.
I came in and you kind of like talking shit about me though. It wasn't just like simple critiques or whatever. It's like you're like talking shit about me, and so here we are.
What did I say?
So, do I can't remember. I don't fucking pay attention to you.
I don't think I was talking shit about you. I think what I said though is I believe that you were acting like an opportunist, and then when it blew up in your face, then you try.
So how did it? So first off, so explain to me, how did it blow up in my face? Like what is the negative side effects of everything that I've done? Because right now, really, I've gotten like 200 more followers on Twitter. I mean, I'm getting more engagements. I made a shitload of money yesterday during that stream. So, you know, I'm failing to see the downside of what's happened here. And you're acting as if this is blown up in my face. And it hasn't. It's been very good for me.
Well,
it was great content.
But if it was great content, then why did you rage quit when he called you a Nazi?
Because dude, how are you not getting that? That's the content, dude. Like telling a journalist to fuck off is awesome and it feels good. Why are you like concern trolling about that? Like, why are you so like,
I don't understand.
Rage quit. No, that's the content, dude. Like, how are you not getting this?
So the reason why you invited him over your house in the first place was because you planned all along to rage quit on him.
No, I didn't say that at all. But
So what was your original intent?
To do the interview. What do you think?
That's exactly what I take issue with. Is why are you working with the enemy? Why would you ever do that after everything?
I'm not working, dude. I'm not working with them. It's
of course you are.
Louis Theroux. No, I'm not, dude. If you're too afraid to face your enemy, then what's the whole point of all of this, dude?
It's not about
working with him. I'm literally adversarial to him, and I'm having a conversation and a debate with him.
It's what benefit is there to inviting this person into your home? You know they're a snake. You know that their specialty.
What benefit would it be for me as a content creator and a streamer to be broadcast on cable television by one of the world's most like famous like documentarians? Man, that would be so terrible for my career if I had a good interview with that guy and I looked awesome on TV.
So okay. So you're admitting here that you thought that Louis Theroux was going to make you look awesome.
No, I didn't say that, but that was a possibility.
That was a possibility that Louis Theroux would make you look awesome?
Yeah, I mean, it was a possibility.
Do you know who the guy is?
People like RPG and CWC are really trying to do is basically stage kind of a soft coup. And that's really what it comes down to. They want to stage this like little soft coup in America First, where they can poison the well against certain people, not Nick, obviously, because obviously these people are never going to take out Nick because Nick is America First. Nick is inseparable from America First. Nick is 110% America First. But some of these other characters, maybe I can poison the well against a Beardson or a Jaden. And then with them and gone out of the picture, then I can move in and then I'll get all of these resources and attention and fame. And then once I get a little bit more power and get a little bit more traction, and then maybe I can become a Nick Fuentes. And that's all this really is. That's all this really comes down to.
This is an all-time cope. Listen to this.
Keep up the good work.
Yo, thank you, is that Kuwaiti? Is that how I pronounce it? Kuwaiti Groiper? Thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for the 20. Thanks for showing some love, because none of these other ungrateful savages are going to tonight, apparently. I just had to spend $200 to get a fucking dog's teeth pulled, but yeah, that's fine. Watch for free. Yeah, watch for free. Yeah, don't sub. Don't donate. No, it's fine. Yeah, watch for free. 150 ungrateful fucks.
He's like,
I won't even be watching for free.
No one watches for free, bro. You got your 150 fucking pathetic viewers that you leech off of Nick Fuentes. You're gonna sit here and cry about how you had to get your dog's tooth pulled and it cost you $200. Like, what a loser. You guys need to pay for my dog's tooth to get pulled because I can't get a real job, guys. You ungrateful bastards. I'm fucking doing this for free. You know, it sounds like the AF grift doesn't pay what it used to now that Daddy Fuentes' Bitcoin faucet's been turned off. And Beardson's sitting here with his fucking dick in the wind, wondering what the fuck he's going to do because he can't pay his goddamn bills. And he's going to sit here and, you know, yell at his own chat for money. Big time meltdown here, but it only gets worse. I'm going to play about the next minute of this, and then we're going to skip about 18 minutes because the guy is so insufferable, we don't even want to hear from him.
But anyways, back to my point. What was I saying? Oh yeah, one thing that really sucks. I don't really think.
Holy dead air, man.
You know, come on, buddy, get it.
Come on, dude. Like, you're supposed to be like a big time leader, orator, entertainer. The guy's just sitting there having a brain fart for 10 seconds after seething about how he didn't get donations. Maybe you're not getting donations because you fucking suck. Have you ever considered that, you fucking soy boy Beardson? Have you ever considered that you're just a soy drinking with a VR headset and you ought to be fucking ashamed of your life and your choices, supporting the child leader of the race and then disavowing it at every turn when you're pressed by Louis like a fucking cockroach? Have you considered that, bro? Maybe you ought to have some more fucking gratitude.
People understand how like politics is. I don't think people like really truly grasp how awful politics is. It's so stupid. You want to know why I got interested in politics back in like 2015, 2016? It was because of Trump. It wasn't because I liked politics.
What like this, the absolute truth, right? This guy had zero interest in politics because it's not something that his mind can grasp. It's not something that he had interest in. He's not a smart person. He doesn't care about how the affairs of state are conducted. He could give a fuck less. All this guy wants is bread and circuses and consuming. And as long as he's comfortable and he can consume, he's a very happy man. He doesn't care about the values in society. And he's going to tell you as much here. I'm going to let him go on for a couple more minutes here before I skip ahead. Because this guy is just fucking pathetic. This guy's a coward and a pathetic waste of fucking space. There, you know?
That's why I make fun of people like RPG, and I made fun of all the wingnats and everybody else. Like, it's such a dumb hobby. Why on earth should I make this leap of like joining your side when your side is losing on such a grand scale that you fucking lose, you get bank accounts closed?
Like, listen to him. Why would I bother joining your political side when you get your bank accounts frozen? This is directed straightly at Nick Fuentes, his master. Why would I risk anything for this political cause when we're losing? You know, we need to be winning for me to, you know, I have no principles. This is some pathetic, cowardly shit.
He's saying that he doesn't care about doing what's right. He just cares about joining the winning team, which is like really.
Why would you want this guy on your team? You know, this is the people that Nick picks. Like, this is the CEO of the movement now that he got rid of Casey. Let that sink in. These are the people he picks to be his ride or die men.
All right. Now we also have. I see. By the way, I didn't know you were about to drop in. But Red Pill Gaming, I'd already sent the link here too. I mean, I guess you're here too. As
yeah,
well.
man, I'm here. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hey, look who it is! I didn't see you there. I know, man. What a wild coincidence this is. The second I joined the call, you joined the call. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, I joined because you were there. You know, I joined because I'm the one that was talking about your playlist on my stream for 2 weeks, right?
That is a wild. I'm being genuine. It's a wild coincidence that the second I joined the stream, it's a 24-hour stream. The second I joined, here you are. Now, look, I will say from the get-go that I would prefer being amenable towards you than having a conflict with you. But I feel like you're here because you need to, you know, set me straight. You need to put me in my place and let the Groypers know that this guy is out of line. This guy is so.
Most likely it's a coincidence.
Amenable though.
I mean, I literally sent you the link right before he came in. I'd sent him the link, you know, way last night.
Sent me the link too.
Yeah, I don't know. how that happened.
I'm not here to set you straight, bro. I didn't even know you were on the stream. I don't even care about you, dude. I do my show. I do my thing. I stunt on the paradigm. I shift it when I feel like. You're like a 50 viewer streamer or something. Like I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I'm going to teach this guy. Of course you want to be amenable towards me. No shit. That's because America First has like 10,000 viewers every night. Yeah, duh, you want to be amenable to me. If you want to be friendly, stop talking shit, dude.
All right,
Simple
but
as.
All right, but I don't talk shit about you. I talk shit about, like, the thing is the problem that I've had with you, I guess, is that, like, if I have a constructive or legitimate criticism about any of your friends at all, that somehow means that, like, I don't have trust in you. I don't have trust in the movement. I've been following you for years. I've been watching your stuff for years. I've been spreading your message. And I even got into streaming because of you, actually. So, like, I am, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to, kiss your ass and, oh, Nick, please like me, please, because I don't do that. But the point that I'm making here is, like, because there's a lot of rumors going around that I'm trying to subvert you. I'm trying to, like, start my own movement. I'm trying to be the leader. I'm not trying to be the leader. I would much rather be in a supportive role, because I feel like that just better suits my natural abilities. I don't see myself as the leader of the movement. I'm not trying to subvert, but the thing is victory may not be possible for us, but if it is achievable, it's only achievable through perfect execution. And when I see these bad apples around you, that is concerning to me. But as far as, like, what you're doing personally, I have never, the worst thing I've said about you was at AFPAC, which I went to, and I thought it was a great event. The worst thing, and it wasn't even a big deal, but the worst thing I ever said about you is, why did he invite Louis Theroux and the BBC camera crew to this private closed doors event? I thought that, I personally wasn't happy about that, but I didn't go on a crusade against you for it. I just thought I personally wasn't happy about it, but
let him
it
respond.
Wasn't the end of the world.
Let him respond. Hold on, you've been talking.
Sure.
Let him respond. Go ahead.
Yeah. So there's a lot there. Listen, here's the thing. If we have more people that are producing content and doing streams and everything, that's great. It's not like it's because I try to strike a balance here. We want to introduce new faces and everything. We want to grow and expand our ranks and our team. But the vibe that I get from you and others is, you say that you're America First, you want to be America First, but you really don't like many people that are in the movement. You criticize the movement all the time. You don't really agree with the sort of fundamental aspects of my show, my personality, some of the things we say. And then occasionally you criticize me directly. So it's like, you're going to go on your stream and say, no, I am part of America First. I am. But Baked Alaska should be in jail, and Beardson's no good, and the gaming sucks. We got to get serious. And wait, no, I'll let you go on.
Yeah,
and we don't like rap music, and your White Boy Summer playlist sucks, and AFPAC was great, but I don't know why Louis Theroux was there, and America First isn't Nick Fuentes. It's an idea. It's a principle. Let me tell you something about politics, okay? Politics is not about fucking ideas. Well, let's just get that straight. It's not about who's got the best idea, the most coherent idea, the most perfect ideology. It's not about who's got the purest ideas. Politics, like everything in life, is about people, because only people do things. Politics is about power, and only people can achieve and wield power. So politics is actually a deeply personal affair. I saw on your show the other day, somebody said, are you America First? And you said, well, there's America First, that's Nick's thing. And then there's the idea of America First. Well, guess what? The idea of America First doesn't raise, millions of dollars to put on rallies. The idea of America First isn't out there doing interviews and defending these principles. The idea of America First isn't electing candidates. It's not doing a show. It's not putting people on the streets. It's not doing Stop the Steal. People do that. And for people to do those kinds of things, you need hierarchy, you need authority, you need respect, you need loyalty, you need friendship. And so, there's a lot of people that are a little bit confused about this, and they think like they're going to amplify negativity and dissent. They're not going to get along with anybody. they come in, it's a Groyper come lately entryist, and they've got it all figured out. They think it's their place to criticize me or other people. That's not
The
how
only issue I
teams
have
work.
with Nick is the
That's
fact
not how
5'2" Ralph is taller than him.
Go ahead, continue. Super
That's
chat.
not how groups of people work together. And so there's just this fundamental misunderstanding. There are a lot of people that seem to get it. There are a lot of people in this movement, like Baked Alaska would never go on a stream and say like, well, I like Daft Pack, but I think Nick made this big mistake, or I don't get it. There wouldn't just be this constant flow of amplifying negativity, causing problems. If you want to be a part of this movement, which is personal, and you say that you want to support and help, the way that you do that is not by making it about yourself, fighting with everybody that have been friends of mine for years and have been in this far longer than you, and again, amplifying negativity that comes from bad faith, dishonest actors on the internet, which there's already a lot of. So that's my perspective. I understand. I get where you're coming from. And I know, because I've got something to say about everybody, and I'm a critic at times and things like that. But I'm just telling you that, like, when you come on to us on your stream and you're starting fights with everybody, and like you're shitting on like a lot of the things that made us successful, a lot of the things that make us viral, and challenging me directly, and then you say, oh, it's about this idea. I'm loyal to the idea, not to the people. It's like, why would I want to deal you in? Why would I want to be your friend if you're shitting on people that I love, that I would fucking die for? And, you're shitting on my tastes and preferences, and occasionally me. Like that just doesn't make any sense. We're in this very sensitive, precarious situation where we're targeted by everybody. We need allies that we can trust and that are loyal and that are, gonna be part of this sort of corporate front. And in the sense that you present a united front as this more corporate entity, why would I bring somebody in that's just really kind of acting like an individual as opposed to a team player?
Well, so my view when it comes to America First isn't simply rhetoric. To me, if somebody says all the right things, they know the catchphrases, the slogans, they know the phrases, but then they're running around pepper spraying people, that to me is not somebody who is legitimately America First. Like, I don't think you're a legitimate conservative unless you act like a conservative. And I feel like, we as streamers, my platform is peanuts compared to yours. But the reason why I criticize, and honestly, criticism is, I know this might sound kind of strange, but in a way, it's a form of flattery, because it means that you're relevant enough to criticize. Like, I'm not criticizing, I'm criticizing somebody who is putting something together that I believe in, that I want to be a part in, and I understand from your point of view how you're viewing my attacks. I totally get it. These people you have personal relationships with. So like you have an inherent bias towards these people. I'm not even saying that in a disparaging way, but you have an inherent bias towards these people because you're friends with them. And me as an outsider, I'm saying this person does not appear to genuinely be America.
But wait, hold on. Let me say this is part of the problem, and I've said this on the show, and he kind of talked about this, Nick himself. Is part of the problem, like, you're not acting as an outsider fully, right? Like, if you're kind of claiming America First and saying these critiques and going these routes, whereas if you were really outside of the of the label there, maybe it'll be taken in a different way. Does that make sense, what I said? Kind of like that you're it's taken more hostile rather than because you're claiming the America First label, right? Whereas if you were more outside of it, it wouldn't be taken quite that way. It'd just be, oh, somebody's saying some things, rather than, oh, they're trying to mask themselves, right? Subvert, right? Some of the other stuff that I've heard Nick talk about.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. The thing is like I do not claim to have any place within the AF hierarchy. So I get what you're saying. Like I do, say that I'm America First. I do want to be a part of it, but then my criticisms, and another thing, Nick, is that, you're only seeing like the worst of me. 99% of the time I am promoting the America First message. What you're seeing is you're seeing like, the worst moments of my streams. They're out of context. A lot of my points are more nuanced than what you're hearing. Like I said, to me, saying Christ is king doesn't make you a paleo-conservative. That does not make you America first. You have to be America first. You have to live the America first lifestyle. Otherwise, it's all just, it's smoke and mirrors. To give you an example of someone who I think is a great example of what America first should be is Vincent James. Vincent James, I have never had anything bad at all to say about him, because like the dude is the embodiment of America first to me. So it's not like I'm sniping at all your friends because I'm bored and feel like, you know, attacking you. That's not what it is. But the people that I see carrying the AF torch, I'm gonna, you know, say so. And the people who I see, you know, running around assaulting civilians, I can't get behind that. Like that. And it's very hard for me to square that. And then I see, you know, you have a massive audience. I see your massive audience. They're kecking and like they're losing their minds. And I understand the entertainment value in it. I really do. I've watched a lot of fake streams. I think he's a funny guy. He's an extrovert. He's got a great magnetic personality. I get all that. But like when it turns into assault and there's a pattern of it.
Let him get in.
Please. It literally is, though. Wait. Listen, this is your problem.
Let Nick get in. He's right. Let him get in.
I get the point, but you know, here
it literally is. You're getting defensive.
Hang on. You went on and on. We get it. You think Baked Alaska should be in jail because now, you know, you're defending these fucking bums that work at.
He broke the law, bro.
Oh, please, with the law. Will you stop with the system rationalization, the fucking law?
Wait. So you think we should be running around pepper spraying people? You think we should be running around pepper spraying people? No. What is your personal view on pepper spraying people? Forget about the.
You're ridiculous, man.
Should we live in a society where people are running around pepper spraying each other? Yes.
Yeah, you should be pepper sprayed. Someone should fucking pepper spray you, you little bitch. Maybe then you'd understand how the world works. Let me just tell you that straight up. Because Baked Alaska gets thousands of
you can't respond. You can't respond.
Dozens. You can respond. I'm responding right now if you let me finish, you New York.
Does that make him a good person?
5,000 viewers on a stream, and you get fucking 50. So let's just start right there. Baked Alaska goes viral on TikTok with 10 million viewers. And how many people watch you?
Bullshit, how many people watch you? Too. Okay. How many people watch you? How many people watch Kim Kardashian? How many people watch Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian isn't inside the Capitol saying, hello, base, Patriots in control. Then that's the difference you don't seem to understand, man. You got all this criticism. But you're fucking nothing. Everybody's got so much to say. Everybody's a critic.
That doesn't change what I'm saying, though. You can't respond to my point. You can't respond to my point, which is why you want to point out my audience.
Internet content when you haven't made any of it in your entire life.
You can't respond to my point. You want to add on. You want to point to my viewer count. Well, you're here right now. Talking to me, so apparently I'm not as irrelevant as you're making me out to be.
You're on the Ralphie tour. You happen to be here.
That's true.
Oh yeah, wow. 24 hours at an intersection. 24-hour driving. There's fucking homeless people.
24-hour stream. The second I hop in, look who it is. It's Nick Fuentes. That's a total coincidence.
To be fair,
and you lied earlier. You said you were being sincere. I called you out as being facetious.
I was being sincere.
No, I was being serious.
You're the one who just escalated this. I was being sincere.
Now you're going back on it.
I'm not going back on it. I'm not going back.
Yeah, now please.
We were having a civil conversation.
You don't even have any convictions, you liar. This is all just conversation. This is exactly what you wanted. You just wanted attention.
No, it's not what I wanted, man. Let's go back. Let's go back to the civil conversation we were just having. You got defensive because I was talking about your friend. That's what happened, man. You just had a meltdown because I said something.
I mean, do you really care about what Baked Alaska's doing in his IRL streams? I mean, if you do, that's fine. But I mean, like, is it really something like, oh, lock him down? He made some dirty or whatever. Like,
he broke the law.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, but I mean, it's different from like commenting on stream and saying, oh, that's fucked up versus, oh man, this is a real big problem. We
love our cops, our law enforcement.
I don't know.
Funny.
Military,
right? Like, you're not funny, bitch. That's the problem. You're not funny. You're not smart. You can't make good content.
Can you shut up for 1 second and listen to somebody?
You shut up, bitch.
And respond. Can you respond?
You have Pikachu in your obby,
you can't.
Bitch.
That's why you're doing what you're doing right now, because you can't respond to criticism. You can't take it. You can't take it.
Are you You're an egomaniac. Are you? Because you're going to hell if you are. You know that?
You can respond.
Are you even a Christian? Are you even a Christian? Hey, are you even a Christian? No? What the fuck are we even talking about then? Well, I took you long enough.
Yeah, I'm a Christian, but I run around pepper spray people. That's apparently a Christ-like thing to do. This is somebody we should be. This is somebody we should be amplifying.
You should be pepper sprayed straight to hell. Because you know what? We're not rebuilding.
I'm wasting my time
with
you. You're not a serious person.
Yeah. You should log off, bitch. You should log off, you little.
I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that.
Yeah, you should. You should shut up.
Make me.
Shut up, Pokemon, bitch.
Make me.
Baked Alaska's gonna come over and pepper spray your fucking mouth shut, bitch.
Probably is.
Probably
and he's not gonna go to jail for it either. Yeah, he's not going to jail for it. You're gonna go to jail. We're gonna lock you up.
Not though. Except I'm not though, and he is. So you're delusional.
Alaska's writing my struggle in jail right now, and when he's the leader of this country, you're going to jail.
You're delusional, man.
And you're gonna get raped.
Look at the people. Look at the people you counter signal, and look at the people you promote.
When
you counter signal culture war criminal.
America,
you counter signal war criminal. Okay, dude, you're really funny. You're really funny. That's hilarious. The groypers are crying, they're wheezing right now. But can you actually respond to anything that I'm saying to you, or you're just gonna be a total dickhead?
Listen,
look at the people you counter signal.
Am I going to respond?
Well, let him respond.
Yeah. Let me keep going. Are you going to
let me make my point, and then you can respond to it.
You made your point. You made your point. You made your point.
Come on now. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ralph.
Can I just interject something here?
No, hold on. Well, very quickly. I shouldn't say.
Who is this guy?
I just want to say, if you are having a movement, right? A movement implies that you are moving towards a goal of some type. And so the people who are in the front of a movement should actually encompass the morals, values, and ethics of the movement that you're trying to achieve or the goals you're trying to achieve. Right. And so if you have people who are doing unethical, immoral things that are opposed to what you're trying to get to in the end,
it's not
what is the use of
it's not my fight, but Baked Alaska's doing something else, right? Like he's just doing his IRL. That's my opinion. But anyway,
okay, Ralph, since you want to chime in here,
hey, let me respond here.
Let him respond. It's not even my fight.
Well, this is important because Ralph clearly has a position on this. He wants to chime in, so I think he should answer this.
It's my show. I'll say whatever I want.
Do you, can I? Do you think it is an immoral
Gandalf has spoken. Red Pill, you've spoken.
You got to mute this guy so I can respond. My reputation is on the line here.
I agree. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Ethan. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand the points. Yeah, pepper spraying, while extremely funny and great content, technically is not Christian on a technical level. But here's what, and on a serious note, here's what people don't understand. We do our America First Political Action Conference in Orlando, Florida, February of this year. Who is the lineup? Representative Paul Gosar, sitting U.S. Congressman. Representative Steve King, former U.S. Congressman. Michelle Malkin, legendary author and activist. John Miller, conservative from Blaze TV. Vince James, who Red Pill Gaming respects. And me. You know who wasn't up there speaking? Baked Alaska. And you want to know why that is? That is because Baked Alaska is an IRL streamer. He's my friend. He is somebody who is adjacent to our movement in many ways because he was at Charlottesville and he was part of the Trump campaign. Everybody in our movement recognizes that he is an entertainer. Everyone recognizes that he is a cultural figure. Nobody is tuning into Baked Alaska's stream to hear about the America First doctrine. They tune in to be entertained. And, you know, it's really interesting because people like yourself and Culture War Criminal and others, you all talk about the culture and we have to seize the culture and these kinds of things. And then what's your solution what's your answer to the liberal culture that prevails from the entertainment complex? It's this self-serious bullshit. That's what it is. It's stuff that feels like a chore to watch or listen to, and that's why it's not successful. So I'm not trying to come at you and emasculate you because you have no audience just for the sake of it. It's not a measuring contest. I say that because what Baked Alaska is doing is getting attention. It's getting eyeballs. It's funny. It's entertaining. And so the thought is that if somebody like him, who happens to be a Christian, not a perfect one, there are no perfect Christians except for Christ and his mother, And, you know, that's, you know, maybe a stretch to say he's not perfect. I mean, you know, he's working on some things. But if somebody like that who's got a Trump tattoo, went to Charlottesville, was in the Capitol building on the 6th, if somebody like that could become a mainstream entertainer, this is a positive development. I agree. You know, we would not have somebody that's doing an IRL RV stream on the main stage at AFPAC as a representative of the movement. But he doesn't claim to be one. We don't claim that this is the case. And honestly, nobody else seems to have any trouble distinguishing this. I mean, Jared Holt doesn't even do this. Do you understand that? Jared Holt from the Atlantic, Megan Squire from the people from the even they don't try to tie Baked Alaska to us for the sake of bringing us down. It is bad faith criticism, because in our movement, everyone understands this, and even our enemies understand this. They understand that there's a fine line between somebody who happens to share our views and be personal friends with us and is doing entertainment, internet content on the side, and the movement proper as it exists. Because when we would go to these rallies, it was me, Jaden, Steve Franson, Vince James, Jake Lloyd, all the people that you're like a buffet are selecting and saying, well, I like this one and that one. They were the ones speaking at Stop the Steal. I think there was one in Arizona where Baked got up and saying, we love our cops, our law enforcement. And you know what? It was funny and people enjoyed it. But I don't think that there's this ambiguity or that this it's not as complicated as you're making it out to be. I think it's pretty straightforward. People get that, but it's bad faith. It's always been guilt by association. That's how politics works.
You'll
that is
always be
101
judged on the
character
people in the
assassination.
company you keep.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, well, you look like some pretty awesome company. I don't even know who the fuck you are, but I wouldn't put you on a stage either.
About me,
you're going to talk about how other people look. Yeah, okay.
Guy who doesn't even know about the
okay.
world
Who even
yet.
are you? Nice hat, dude.
No, wait.
Hey, thank you.
You weren't really. You weren't really involved with this. All right, now, why? Now, what are we? Okay, RPG, did you have a response? We have some callers too. We're still live. We have about just a little over 4 hours left in the 24-hour Fuck Trovo Festival as well. Also, get a mention there. Stole a lot of money from a lot of streamers. That's why I originally started this show. I mean, we want to put on a good show too. But these platforms, and I know Nick started his own AmericaFirst.live. We're trying to do some of our own stuff in conjunction with Odyssey, but Killstream.tv. It really is just flagrant how they're stealing people's money and just jacking it right in broad daylight and thinking they have that ability, which they do, but we can at least raise some hell about it. So that was kind of the part of the idea here. All right, now Red Pill Gaming, do you have a response? You want to say something back to that, or?
Well, I think that Based Alaska is a shapeshifter. I think that he is a sociopath. I think Nick can pretend that our enemies are not associating him with somebody that he constantly signal boosts. I think you're deluding yourself if you think that Baked Alaska isn't on the AF radar. These people aren't stupid. They definitely are aware of that association. And, you know, it's unfortunate to me that my membership in America First is predicated on my liking of Baked Alaska, who I don't view as being America First. I mean, 4 years ago, he was tweeting about Black Lives Matter. Okay, then he became an alt-right neo-Nazi marching at Charlottesville. But he seems to me.
Nazi.
Well, I'm being hyper relaxed.
He broke the law.
Relax,
He's
man.
a Nazi.
Relax. I'm being hyperbolic. I'm just saying, like, he was best friends with Duke 3 years ago.
Disingenuous.
Am I really
hyperbolic? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're doing this all for attention, and you got it. Congratulations. Here's the attention you ordered.
Well,
sir, here's the attention you ordered.
If I was off mark, I don't think you'd be on call with me right now responding to my claims.
I'm not here You called me out. I'm on the Ralph retort for Fuck Trovo.
Nick, look, guys,
You keep bringing that up.
No. Here's the reality. The reality is you came on when I came on, but you're not going to admit that because it would be kind of pathetic if you admitted.
Why did you say you were sincere? In the beginning, you said that.
I was sincere.
And I said, that's ridiculous. And you said, no, I sincerely think it's a coincidence. And then throughout the stream, you continue to imply that, like, I was waiting for you to come on the stream.
No. I was being sarcastic in the beginning when I said I was sincere. I was being sarcastic when I said that. Obviously,
so when you said you were sincere, you're being sarcastic. Dude, you're fucking nothing.
It was.
To be fair,
you're not good enough to
Gaming.
Baked Alaska's Yeezys.
I don't think Red
You should be cleaning Baked Alaska's pool. on your hands and knees.
No, he had.
That's what you're fit to do.
Yeah, he hadn't actually spoke before you
came
got
to
here.
me. I didn't come to you. You came to me.
I'll give you a job if the streaming doesn't work out. You can fucking wash my toilet.
Yeah, he hadn't spoken. Me and Keith were sitting here talking about wrestling.
So how would he joined the second. This is a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, but you hadn't spoken.
Second. So it doesn't make a difference.
So the viewers didn't
what difference does that make?
It was just me and Ralph talking about pro wrestling.
We literally talked about wrestling for like an hour.
That I was joining this call.
You're so dude. Nobody likes you. Do you know that?
Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're gonna go eat some worms.
That's right.
I said that when I was
right.
One of the.
It's just unfortunate because I think when you grow up, you have the potential to be a great leader, but you're just not there yet.
Yeah, well, I'll see you at the drive-thru at McDonald's or something. You got to remember my order for when I pull up. It's true though. It's true though. Why don't you listen? You got a big problem with everybody. You know, clearly you got it all figured out. So why don't you go and do something successful? But don't call yourself America First and stop kissing my ass.
I'm more America First than Big.
At the beginning of the stream, at the beginning of the stream, you're saying
I'm more America First than these clowns
because of you. And now look at how it is. It's clearly it's about attention for you. It's not working out doing the streaming, so you resort to the ankle biting, which is what gets you a response. When you're doing your content, which is boring and sucks, and super chatting my show, don't think I forgot that. When you're super chatting my show and I swat down your super chats and nobody's watching your boring ass content, you figured out that doesn't work. You know what does work is ankle biting. It does work with the petty
I wasn't streaming
criticisms
at that time, so
and
you're
stirring
right. I
up
wasn't
drama
streaming at that time.
and talking about the white
And you know what, Nick?
playlist isn't so good on your
You don't want to
Telegram.
hear this,
You
Nick,
figured
but a
out
lot
the
of people
formula.
agree with me.
So
You don't want to hear
for the
this,
rest
but a
of your
lot of people
career,
agree with me.
For the rest
Am I
of your
muted again?
career, you
No.
will be riding my coattails, complaining about
I
me.
muted again?
You've never been muted, sir.
You're not muted, bro.
I've never muted you the whole time.
You did mute me once.
No, I don't think so.
I'm just dominating you. You think you're muted because I'm just powering right through you.
Yeah, you didn't get muted, but
I'm
you're
just
about
blasting right through you.
No, you're not. You wish you were, though.
I'm blasting right through you easily.
In your imagination.
With
In your
relative ease. No, in real life. In real life.
You're in your imagination.
In real
That's
life.
all it'll ever
powering
be.
right through you. Am I muted? Am I muted? No, bitch. That's the sound of domination. That's the sound of my on your face. What do you think about that?
You wish.
What do you think about baked Alaska's on your face in jail?
Not at all.
Prison guards are going to
RPG
hold
has
you down. And you're going to get Roy person
saying he wants to be involved with AF and tells Nick to shut up and says
Keep
you're not
talking.
a serious person, Lamar Retard.
All right, now, all right, let's see. Do we have callers? This has really turned into a hell of a finish here. I'll say as we head on to the last 4-hour block. Nick Fuentes is here. Keith Woods is still here. A wrestling discussion was happening, and then actual verbal fisticuffs broke out here. All right, now.
Well, I like how there's just some random like side quest character smoking a pipe in the corner.
Honestly, what is that, Corinne?
I want to de-escalate this with Nick.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think.
Nick, I want to de-escalate this. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
You
if
know
it's
who
that.
I am.
Are you going to run away,
Corinne.
Nick? Who?
I'm Corinne.
No, we'll get back.
You know who I am.
No, we'll get back. Corinne, I can't.
Cooties, gross.
Just hold on. I'll bring you back in, Corinne. I
like
can't.
girls.
I
Who
can't.
is it? Ew,
They
get her
can't.
away. I'm
They
an
can't
incel.
hear
I don't
you.
like girls. I am an
Corinne, you're
This girl
muted. They
would be
can't hear
okay
you.
to
So.
run from. It's Corinne.
It's
I don't know who that is.
She's
well,
yelling
that's
into
probably
the
good,
mic. But okay. So should we take callers or do people want to call in? Let me throw out the link as well. Red Pill Gaming here too. What made you what did you admire about Nick Fuentes when you guys started streaming?
Yeah, tell us.
I think that Nick is an extremely talented orator. I think that I think his rhetoric is spot on. I really enjoyed how he was able to take like old neocon talking points and give them like a modern refresh. And you know, he really did help me progress my political paradigm, I would say, my mind frame, in the way that I realized that I was stuck in this old Fox News way of thinking. And you know, I watched your show for many years when you were co-hosting with James Alsop. And you know, I spread the word. I told everybody I could about you. A lot of people that I tried to turn on to you, they were like, I don't like this kid because he's really
Are women
pretentious. He's like an egomaniac. And I was like, I know he's a little bit like that, but I was like, just stay with it and trust me. Once you get over that, you'll definitely appreciate what he's doing. So, yeah, I really do have, even though we just fought, I really do have respect for what you've done. You put something, I've defended you actually quite a lot. I get flack from my audience all the time because half my chat hates you and half my chat loves you. So it's very divided. And that's because I tolerate, I don't care who my viewers are. As long as people watching the stream, I'm happy. So I have Wignats watching my stream. I have Groypers watching my stream, although not so much anymore because after I went after Beardson and Baked, a lot of them didn't like that. And it is in some ways a cult, whether you know it or not. It is.
Yeah, no one denies that, bro.
Okay, well, the thing with that is your followers are unthinking people, and that's just different from what I'm trying to cultivate with
I think
my
you're
stream.
just mad because
I'm not mad, man. I'm not mad,
and I didn't give you the attention you wanted, or because I swiped down your super chat back in like April or whatever.
No, I was disappointed in you when that happened because I felt like...
Wait, did he actually skip your super chat? Hold on.
I was.
No.
When you shit all over my super chat,
No.
I was disappointed in you.
I was because it showed you weren't the person that I thought you were. I thought you would.
buddy.
I thought that you would always make the right moral judgment call because I thought you were that kind of leader, and then I realized, oh, never mind, he's like everybody else.
Yeah.
So it was.
What was the super chat? Hold on.
So typical. Literally every single time.
It literally.
The super chat.
When I
didn't cry.
Super chat?
I didn't cry.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. The super chat, because someone just asked. The super chat was like, "Are you going to disavow Baked Alaska for like assaulting random civilians?" Is basically what I said to him, and he called me a pill fagging to be exact.
And then he tore down his Nick Fuentes poster.
Yeah,
and he became
I
Syndrome.
took my AF merch. Took my AF merch. I set a campfire. It was a sad week for me. No, I mean like
The Incredibles. You ever see that movie?
I didn't see that. No. Or I did, but it was so long ago. I don't remember.
Damn.
Was somebody shot down by their favorite streamer in that movie?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's what happens. Everybody's they're big. Someone playing Stan. That's how it goes. Somebody super chats a show. I call him. Then they become an arch villain. Nick Fuentes is evil, and he's a cult leader. You guys just don't see it yet. Wait until he shits on your super chat. Then you'll.
Hold on, man.
RedPillGaming was right.
Wait. So since we're talking about it, one thing I will say to you is like you are. I'm not talking about me, but you are very, very aggressive to some of your super chatters. Now I know that like I know it's a meme sometimes, right? Like it's a horrible super chat. It's completely missing the point. They're not familiar with the AF lore. I get that, right? And then it's funny when you do that. But there are many other times when like you're just absolutely shitting all over like these are boys, these are young men who look up to you. I'm not.
Are you kidding me here?
Well, maybe he's trying to coach him up though. Red Pill, you ever thought of that? Like he's throwing some bars back, but it's like a coach.
Get more Nick and Keith.
You know what I mean? No, it's
Less
like
of this RPG guy.
Yeah, he's throwing some shit back, but it's you're supposed to learn from that a little bit too.
You kind of take it a step too far. Like I remember one time earlier this year, one super chatter asked you when AF Pack was going to be, and you went off. I mean, he was so excited. He was like, "Oh, I need to make my hotel and my flight reservations. I just want to get a better idea of when the event is going to be." And
well, Nick had probably heard that 70 times that day, though. You know what I mean? Like,
There
it is, folks. I hope everyone in live chat is shit talking me. I hope he feels stupid. I hope he feels stupid for shit talking me during the stream because it's so transparent. I mean, you're really going to come crying. That's what this is about. I hurt your ego,
cool, man.
You
should be a benevolent leader. You should be a benevolent leader, not a malevolent leader.
You should be nice to me. You ought to be nice to me.
That's not what I'm saying.
Fan.
That's not what I'm saying. You're strawmanning me. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying
pill whining, dude. That's all this fucker does.
Yeah,
Beardson. There we go. Beardson wants to join the party.
Well, yeah, I mean, you wanted to bring my name up a few times, so I figured,
I said your name literally one time, but of course,
that's
convenient.
Literally, right? Beardson did.
If anybody should join it should be baked, not you. But I know you
No,
will
it's gonna,
never.
you're gonna get me, you fucking whiny. Shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking bitch. Shut the fuck up, you whiny fucking. Holy shit! Everyone's so sick of listening to you fucking whine.
This has nothing to do with you. Beardson, you are the least likable person on the face of the earth.
Just went down about 400 points.
Holy fuck!
You think I'm unpopular, Beardson? You have to look at your popularity because
nobody fucking cares. You want to have a fucking dick measuring contest, you whiny. You want to cry some more about how you were in my fucking chat and I was mean to you?
I can say,
one thing again, another
shut the fuck up. You are not going to talk over me. You are completely irrelevant right now. This is between me and Nick. Get the fuck out. You are irrelevant. You don't belong here. Get out.
Bro, if you want to
compare
relevancy, dude, I at triple your fucking viewership, dude.
You are
like
not
the only
relevant.
time you were ever getting viewership was when my name was leaving your fucking mouth.
You are so far beneath me, literally and metaphorically speaking. You don't belong
shorter
here.
Than I am. I met you.
Get out of the chat.
You're shorter than I am.
You don't belong here. Let me deal with Nick one-on-one. Can we do that?
No. You don't get to
Let me deal
you
with it.
brought me up. You brought me up.
I said your name once. He has right of reply.
He has the right to say, you know,
personal attack. No, he has the right of reply.
He wants to be gone because we've already been down this road a few times, RPG, and it's never
a waste of time. We're just going to scream at each other.
Yeah.
What do you think we've been doing the last
point of order? I love it. I live for the fucking blood sports. You're just a whiny little that wants to play victim all the time.
I fucking destroyed you, bro. I killed you.
Here we go. Internet edgelord.
It wasn't even close.
I destroyed you on the internet.
I did. How about everybody saw it? You should be embarrassed, Nick, because your AF generals, some of them aren't so hot. Beardson, I don't know what you want, why you want anything to do with this guy. Dude's a total clown. This dude's a total.
All right, okay. We settled this. I won. We settled this. I won. It's over, okay? Let's return. Listen, Ralph, this is a fuck Trovo stream. I said last night, people said, oh, but Red Pill Gaming and Culture War are going to be on the stream. And I said, you know.
You literally came in right then. I swear to God. Like I did. I
said it's going to be congenial because we all hate Trovo.
Well, that's what I thought. You know what's funny is Beardson and them were on with CWC last night. And it was
cool.
It was
because Culture War is a coward. That's why. And Culture War.
Now wait a minute.
This guy fucking attacks everybody.
What? Come on now. Hold on.
This fucking guy does is fucking attack people. Then he
Culture War is
plays
better
the
than
victim.
you. Culture War is better than you. I like
he's
him
kissing.
way better.
He's kissing the ring because
it was an all-star show.
In.
Like it wasn't really.
I have something called integrity, dignity.
Well, you came in here kissing the ring. What are you talking about? You talked about your next #1 fan.
Locals are terrified of RPG and are ganging up on him.
I couldn't care less.
This is why people love AF.
At least I maintain my dignity in the process. He chose him over me. Damn it!
You know, it's
I
so
can't
funny.
believe this.
It's so funny because
Beardson, shut the fuck up. Beardson,
I'm gonna talk.
shut the fuck up.
Fucking turn.
You don't belong
to him.
here.
He's
You
trying
already
to
got your
play
chance
tough
on
now.
the stream.
You're real high energy now.
Let me speak to Nick. Let me speak to Nick one-on-one.
Tell us your favorite Nick Fuentes super chat.
You have nothing to do with this.
You're not gonna talk over me.
You have nothing to do with this.
Top 3 super chats to America First with Nick Fuentes.
You have nothing at all to do with this. I said your name once.
Top 3 super chat.
Mute me and I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. Mute me and I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
Oh no! Whoa! We do! No! So, what's funny about him, Red Pill Gaming, like talking shit about CWC now, is that this guy literally is like DM me on Telegram.
Red Pill, come on, man, stop.
No.
We've let you have
no,
your
fuck
day.
him. We've already had our beef. I've already said
I don't care.
He's old
very
news.
relevant. I'm telling
Beardson is old. You're old news.
You don't want me to tell it.
What are you talking about?
You
I decide the news here, not you with your 30 viewers. Shut the fuck up. Let him talk. Yes, you will shut up, or you're gonna leave. One or the other. So do you want to do that, or
it's
like?
Funny how nobody likes you, Red Pill Gang. Like literally nobody likes you. Even when like Ralph's like the best host in the world, and even when he doesn't fucking like you, like that's a fucking testament to your character, not everyone else's. You fucking.
Well, if we look, never mind. Never. I'm not.
Go ahead and go there, so I can just fucking all over you. I dare you. Go ahead and take it there if you want to. Take it there. I dare you. Take it there. You have the floor, big boy. Go ahead and take it there if you want to.
Let's go. If we look at who certain people are, how they conduct themselves, I'm not exactly worried if certain
nobody
people
even looks at you, fucker. That's the thing. You're not under any spotlight because you're a nobody fucker. Then I let you come on here and look like a fool and make me money and dance. That's what you've been doing for an hour and a half, making me money like a on the fucking street. Do you have anything else to say before you're gone?
You're not the only one.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks for stopping by, sir.
Cares. Like, you're on your grind that Nick is mean to super chatters. Yeah, get the fuck out.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
This is now the RPG hate stream. Welcome everybody.
Yeah,
we've gone past the fuck Trovo stream.
Is he actually?
I think he's gone.
I think he left.
He's gone because I ejected him. Yeah, I'm sick of his shit, honestly. Like, fuck that guy.
Let's go.
Anyway.
You made the right call, Ralph.
Well, yeah, he's like, oh, I don't want to go there. Like, he's like obliquely threatening me to, like, fuck you. Like, if you got something to say it right here. He don't have shit to say. It's like, I don't know, man. Some literal Stan shit. That was me that played Stan, by the way, because that's how he's coming off.
That was Cat.
Yeah, it's
that
like,
was
dude.
well timed.
Yeah, come on.
Like Nick and the Groypers, they took it to such an extreme level. I had two options. Option A was to surrender, and option B was to double down and say, fuck you, and I'm going to make you regret the fact that you've done this to me for the rest of your life to the best of my ability. I want vengeance, and I'm not going to stop until I get it. You know, Nick is somebody, as I'm sure you now agree, is somebody who deserves to be exposed, needs to be exposed.
In case you haven't noticed, poor people suck a lot of the time.
Yeah, but Nick, you suck too. Nick, you have money, but you suck.
You know, because gas station clerks are assholes, and fast food workers are assholes. Like,
yeah, and so are you. People don't even watch his show anymore. Like Clippers don't watch his show anymore. All I'm saying is that Jaden and Simon went on the Kino Casino and made a bunch of claims about Nick. Nick admitted to all of them except two. It's proven that Cozy's using a multiplier. That's proven. We all knew that they were playing with the viewership. Nick certainly has some level of influence over Power Chat for sure. He tried to strong-arm Lulz into giving him a cut. Nick doesn't even deny that he is under federal investigation. Is Nick snitching to the feds? I think he's 100% capable of reporting Groypers to the feds. I really, and I'm not just saying that, and I actually know for a fact that he is absolutely blackmailed former supporters. You're losing all of these people when you're saying these things. You know, he said to the 5 Groypers that were arrested, he said he wants them to rot in prison, burn in hell, is what he said. And the Groypers say, oh, but Nick is Christian. Nick is not a Christian. I know he's not a Christian. No real Christian could say such a thing ever. Yes, he is. There's no doubt at all that Nick is thin-skinned. 50 signs or 50 traits of a pathological cult leader. So of the 50, 47 apply to Nick Fuentes. In Nick's mind, because he's a narcissist, if somebody dislikes him, it cannot be of any fault of his own. We've seen what Nick is capable of. We've seen the level of vindictiveness and pettiness, how ugly and vicious he's willing to be. I personally have experienced what he's willing to do. He doxed my entire family a month ago. Nick actually blocked me on Twitter, like the bitch ass he is. Oh, really? So that was the plan? Okay, well, if you're going to be a bitch and you're going to block me, Nick is a political lol cow, basically entered the Richard Spencer phase of his political career, where basically his only utility at this point is for like oppositional forces to use him for clicks and views and money and to destroy the dissident right while they're at it. Oh, the plan. Okay.
Because you're looking. And look at this one.
This is powerful.
The President of the United States himself naming them.
This is more powerful than an actual episode of America First. Everything that I've ever said about America First, everything that I've ever said about Nick Fuentes, all of it has been 100% vindicated, and it keeps happening over and over and over again. Jaden did nothing wrong. Patrick Casey did nothing wrong. James Allsop did nothing wrong. RPG did nothing wrong. A lot of good people. Simon did nothing wrong. RPG and Team Alog. We're totally right. We're totally vindicated, and it feels so good.
Feaser's fans comparing him to Jesus Christ. We'll talk about that soon.
The anti.
What's Feaser doing, by the way? Is he even still alive? Does he do streams anymore? Let's see. One of his are probably watching the show. So he'll immediately start talking about me. Watch this. Watch this.
They want us to surrender, and ultimately, they want us to die.
Also, by the way, that Gabe Hoffman, I saw him going after Feaser as well, because Feaser talks about the Zionist, and Gabe Hoffman doesn't like that. He was following Gabe Hoffman, and Hoffman threw him under the bus. I think because some other A-logs were shitting on him. So I think he was maybe trying to curry favor, but also he's like a hardcore Zionist, Hoffman is. And if you ever say anything critical of Zionist power, he like writes your name on a list. He's desperately trying to get me fucked over somehow. He bought a lot of my stolen merchandise and sent me an email about I could buy it back. And I was like, fuck you. Why would I buy my own shit back? You fucking thief. I mean, you might as well be the thief yourself. You bought stolen property. So no, I won't be buying any of my shit back.
Our two big stories for today's stream. Number one, lying. Gabe Hoffman exposed in, we'll say 1 million K because we're on YouTube. On other platforms, the resolution is far, far greater than that. So it all begins with, if you guys are familiar with an account on Twitter, Zannyberries. So Zannyberries, we used to be cool, but he flipped out on me after I refused to run gay ops with him. And another account you guys will probably know, VHS Archive, he flipped out on me when I unfollowed him after I saw him juicing my docs and then feigning ignorance about it afterwards. Since then, they've both been recruiting members for their personal army to attack me at their behest. Now, one day, seemingly out of nowhere, Jewish hedge fund manager Gabe Hoffman started spamming my docs and blasting out the exact same fake Groyper smears Zanny, VHS, and others have been. So VHS put out this tweet and said, if only Kino Casino knew what RPG says in DMs. When I had a problem with them putting clips behind a paywall and not crediting, I was very public about it, along with talking to PPP in private. I'm a big fan of the Kino Casino, longtime enjoyer, longtime supporter. And if you guys watch this stream, you guys know that I'm always hyped about the Kino Casino. I'm always asking, oh, when's the next one? When's the next one? Every time they do a stream, I always give a quick breakdown, always do a quick review. So this idea that I secretly despise them, I'm secretly gunning for them or anything like that, this is totally fictitious, totally fake, and this is being made up by people who have a personal feud with me. Okay, so now here we have the full context. This is everything. And here you could see how the conversation actually began. Okay, I did not initiate the conversation. VHS was the one who brought it up to me. And here's what VHS said to me. After claiming, I addressed it with PPP privately. Oh, really? Well, here is what he was saying to me in DMs. He says, I've always been happy for anyone to use my clips, but Kino Casino have taken my clips and are reviewing them behind a paywall on Gumroad. I blew up at PPP and he offered me Gumroad for free. Why the fuck would I want to see my own clips on another fucking platform? It's made me angry, but I don't want to follow with PPP or Warski, so I'll take a break. He goes on, add commentary and get super chats. I have no problem with that, but paywalling a normal Kino Casino is bullshit. Okay, so you can see that they're the one who's frustrated. They're the one broaching the topic to me. And what am I doing? I'm responding to the prompt. All I want people to know is do not take anything they say at face value. Be skeptical when you see what they're posting, when you see the clips are outrageously out of context. They're, You just need to have an ounce of skepticism when dealing with these people. The last message I said, just shout a person out quick. That's all it takes. And then VHS responds, exactly. Getting as many people seeing the clips is my aim. Putting them behind a paywall to make money doesn't do that. It's behavior, he says. For fuck's sake, even Gabe Hoffman credits or retweets my clips, and he's a fucking... Gee, isn't it strange that VHS chose to crop this from the screenshots that they posted? Isn't it strange that they chose to crop every message they sent me in this interaction? Isn't that weird? Why, if somebody was telling the truth, why would they need to do such a thing? Like, isn't it just immediately apparent what is going on here? Who these people are, what they're all about, what they stand for, what they mean to accomplish? So there you have it. And what makes that especially rich, looking back, is Gabe has formed an unholy alliance with these psychopaths. And that's why I'm really absolutely loving this this latest development here, because as it turns out, Gabe, this person that you were entrusting, turns out they were also scheming behind your back the entire time. And none of this ever would have come out if they just left me alone. I wasn't going to dig up DMs. I wasn't going to leak shit. With any of these people, I have not once gone on the offensive. I don't want to go on the offensive. I don't want to do that. I have zero interest in this. None at all. What am I like? What am I going to do? Go to war with Anon Twitter accounts? Not interested. Don't want to do it. So this, unfortunately, is going to be the status quo from this point forward. An endless stream of lies, smears, and propaganda. Okay, like that's just the way it's going to be. I've reached a certain point. And now, some people, they've got me in their sights. They want to make an enemy out of me. They want to make a villain out of me. And like you guys even saw, the other day, one of these clowns, they showed up. I tried to, hear them out. They don't want that. Cause like I said, that's not fun for them. De-escalation's not fun for them. It's not what they're in it for. Me on the other hand, you guys have obviously been following the arc with me and Big Tech. And, we were butting heads. We were locking horns. We had a lot of anger and rage for one another. But then we came to terms. Here we have the DMs that VHS sent to me. This is late December. It's all timestamped. All the context is there. Didn't crop anything out. And VHS says to me in DMs, quote, I know who's behind the Becoming Babylon documentary. Same team that did an open secret exposing Hollywood. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, because this is apparently an experienced documentarian, an experienced filmmaker, experienced producer. I don't know exactly what what the guy does, but I do know that he is associated with that documentary, that project. That's like his claim to fame as far as I know. I really barely know who the guy is. And here we have a snippet that VHS sent to me from Gabe Hoffman, and it says, thanks for sharing that teaser video from Rumble last night. I will look into the Trey Gang stuff when I have time. And then VHS says in response, my pleasure. My pleasure. Fantastic watch. Now, based on this context, because they're going to try to obfuscate, but based on this context alone, what is going on here? And then VHS says to me, this stays off the public record, which I was intending to do. I was intending to keep it off the public record because I didn't expect that VHS was going to become a dedicated Alog in 6 months' time.
So, okay. He said that to me. And then honestly, this was something that I totally forgot about. It's not like in my mind I was even conscious of the fact that Gabe was connected to this, because I didn't even know who the guy was. I still barely know I barely know who this dude is. All I know is that the Groypers hate him, and he's got a hate boner for Nick and some other Groypers, Dalton. He Alog's Dalton. Barely know who the guy is. All I know is that he's Jewish, and he's a hedge fund manager, and he's a Zionist, and he tries to like recruit people to, you know, like for his Zionist ends, which I had no interest in. He tried recruiting me for that. I shut it down. I rejected it. This was somebody that I always knew, keep at arm's length. Keep at arm's length, you know, enemy of my enemy. We're going after the same people, but that's about it. So, you know, he made an offer to me. I rejected that offer and didn't know who the guy was, but all I knew instinctively was bad news, not somebody that I want to be associating with. Yeah, so at first the tweet didn't get much attention. That was until Ralph made a Telegram post about it. The post from Ralph reads, "New leaked," all caps, "private messages allegedly reveal Gabe Hoffman and his Zionist crew were the money behind the failed Nick Fuentes hit piece Becoming Babylon. The undeveloped doc was allegedly set to be directed by TPUSA ambassador Lily Kate. This seemingly shows Antifa." What? Where does Antifa enter the picture exactly? So just totally making shit up. And Turning Point USA directly coordinating along with a cover-up from Alogs such as RPG. So, yeah. So Ralph made a post about it, and in a panic, Gabe Hoffman sends an email to Ralph. And that email reads as follows. Mr. Ralph. He links to the Telegram post, which I just showed you all. Okay. So, Mr. Ralph, you wrote, quote, "New leaked private messages reveal Gabe Hoffman and his Zionist crew were the money behind the failed Nick Fuentes hit piece documentary." He says, "Your claim is false and defamatory in nature, designed to subject me to harassment by Nick Fuentes' cult of followers." You can see he's really concerned that Groypers are going to harass him once they find out that he is, in fact, seemingly, because this is a, you know, litigious type. So we'll pretend and we'll say seemingly. "Your claim is false and defamatory, designed to subject me to harassment. Thus, please delete the Telegram post containing this false accusation at once. The screenshot you posted clearly demonstrates that your claim is false and defamatory in nature, as the Twitter account VHS Archive shared some teaser video from Rumble with me, which certainly could have been the documentary you reference, but I do not recall the specific nature of the Okay, so this already stinks. This is already a stinker. Okay. Here we have Ralph's response. This is Ralph's response to Gabe. He says, "Suck my dick. RPG made the claim, not me. Take it up with him." By the way, I made no claim at all. That's what was sent to me by VHS. "Take it up with him. It's not defamatory at all. That's a public claim made against you. I'll post your denial in the morning and tell your attorney to suck my dick as well." Okay. So that's Ralph's response. So here is an email that was sent to me by Gabe Hoffman. This was sent to me last night. I was not awake at the time. But now you'll notice that so I got this guy by the balls, okay? Like 100% I have him dead to rights by the balls. He's at my mercy. And you'll notice very, very interestingly, what does he do? How does he start this email? He starts the email by using my real name. That's very, very, what's the word to use here? I'll let you fill in the blank on that one. But interesting choice made there by Gabe Hoffman. Well, anyway, he says to me, "You wrote, as it turns out, Gabe was secretly funding a Nick Fuentes hit piece that never saw the light of day. You are making a false accusation against me by repeating the same false, evidence-free accusation made by another individual." Okay, so at this point, he is claiming that VHS is lying to me in those DMs from December. This false accusation could potentially subject me to massive harassment from the Nick Fuentes cult. Oh, really? You're concerned about people being mass harassed on the internet? And where was this concern when you were doxing me, fucko? Where was this concern then? Didn't seem to have very much concern about harassment on the internet then, when you were blasting my shit out there for no good reason, just to be a prick about it. So now at this point, VHS puts out a tweet, and clearly working in concert with Gabe Hoffman, says, "How do you catch a snake? You give them false information and tell them it's not to be made public." Obviously, I sent him the link. Gabe Hoffman never heard of it before, and if he were funding that project, it would have been completed, not abandoned due to lack of funding. This is so weird. If I didn't know better, I would think that because it sounds very, very similar to the lines that I got from Gabe Hoffman in that email. "Hey, RPG, I am part of the BB Team production team. We have zero association with Gabe Hoffman, and I was not even aware of him at the time the documentary was released. The project was self-funded, and the plan for a long-form production was scrapped since Yay 24, and Nick's relevance to the normie sphere dropped off dramatically by the end of December." That's not true, actually. That was the very beginning of Yay 24. It was the very beginning of it. "I understand that you're upset with Gabe, but you're being totally misled about the nature of our project. Don't link my name with this message, but I can provide further proof of my involvement with the project to you individually, should it be required." Oh, and now he's interesting. This totally innocent person just locked down their Twitter account. Why did they do that? Wait, why did they just right now lock down their Twitter account? Hey, aren't you an innocent person? What's going on here? That's so weird. This totally innocent person with nothing to hide just right now locked down their Twitter account. Okay, well, I mean, you're being a sneak here, so I guess I might as well, for those who are curious.
Oy vey. Be careful, RPG. You are attacking the primary financier of the Kino casino. We are with you, brother.
Well, look, I'm not, I know you're joking. I know you're joking. And that's not even true, just to be clear. That is not even true. But the Kino casino thing, I got no beef with those guys. Never did. There was a very minor issue that went resolved months ago. And, but
All right. It's time for our moment of Zen, everybody.
All right,
it's
everyone.
time for the moment of Zen.
All right, let's put on the moment of Zen.
And then we're out of here, folks.
Here we go, guys.
This is your moment
everyone,
of Zen.
Thank you for the support. Follow Gumroad. Tons of content coming, guys. It's nice to be back. Thank you for the support, guys. Appreciate it. We love you. We missed you all, guys. But now, let's get into the moment of Zen.
All right, guys, this is Imagine the Red Pill Gaming TV Maximum Racism Remix.
All right, this has been your moment of Zen.
Guys, thank you for watching the Kino Casino Kino Mania 2 Night 1.
Big shout
we'll
out
see you all
on the next one.
Love you.
So what I would like to do is I would like to take a moment here to respond to what's been happening over at the Kino Casino. All right. So it's unfortunate that they've decided to join the RPG hate bandwagon, which, by the way, has been completely astroturfed by a small number of gay logs who have personal beef with me. After all the work that I've put in, the blood, sweat, tears that I put in over the last 2 years, going after Nick, going after the AF generals, going after the, America First movement as a whole, I do find this latest development unfortunate. And it's also a shame that they've decided to team up with the likes of Ethan Ralph, Nick Fuentes, Gabe Hoffman, Godwinson, and Groypers in attacking me. But truthfully, I never held either Warski or PPP to a high moral standard to begin with, so it doesn't totally surprise me. I see a lot of people who are missing context or have no context at all, and they're saying things like, oh, RPG, he can't take a joke, or, oh, he just needs to learn how to laugh at himself. And my response to this is actually, I can take a joke. I take jokes all the time. Now, with the Kino Casino guys, on the other hand, I was under the impression that we had an amicable relationship, not that we were ever best of friends or anything, but, I was under the impression it was amicable. So I personally thought it was a low blow when they played the Imagine clip, even if I'm able to laugh at it. And I am. That clip is goofy as fuck. It comes up all the time. I have laughed at it before. I still do. It's funny. It's goofy. It's silly. And by the way, that's all it was ever meant to be. It was meant to be a parody, right? So I was just being silly, being a goofball, having fun. So it's not the clip itself that rubbed me the wrong way, but it was the intent behind showing the clip and reacting the way that they did. That would be like me pulling up a PPP or Warski cringe compilation and showing that to my audience while mocking them. Why would I ever do that unless I wanted to take hostile action against them? And for the record, I never did do that to them, even when I very easily could have. But I never had the desire to, because once again, why would I do something like that? Like when Warski got knocked out by Salt Poppy. Who were the people that were running that clip
on
brilliant. Repeat over and over and over again?
Me.
Ralph was doing that.
Sure.
Olaf Cozy was doing that.
Yeah.
And, people who were on side, people who were friendly to the Kino Casino, they were not doing that because, why would I? Now, there's actually another detail that people might not know about this ordeal that made doing what they did even more underhanded, which is Warski furiously blew up my DMs the other day after VHS leaked DMs from March in which I was upset that the Kino Casino was running a lot of my clips without giving me any credit for them, which I believe is a matter of basic decency when your entire show depends on clippers. However, I had considered this a dead issue because shortly after Watermark Gate began, shortly after I started watermarking my clips, I started getting shout outs from them. So, I was content and I considered the issue totally 100% resolved. There was no bad blood. There was no ill will. I considered it resolved. So I provided Warski with the DMs VHS cropped out in which an enraged VHS initiated that conversation with me, was seething throughout, and referred to the KC guys as fucking akin to Gabe Hoffman. And by the way, yesterday, during the Kino Casino, Warski claimed that I called him a scumbag in DMs. That is totally false, and it's public record. That conversation is public record, and, read it for yourself. You will not find me saying that. And in fact, I didn't badmouth them at all. The only thing I did was I expressed disappointment because, I spend a lot of time making clips. You see a 30-second clip. What you don't see is the 4 hours of content, the 10 hours of content I had to slog through to find that 30-second clip. And honestly, Warski, he should know this better than anybody because he makes supercuts and he makes clips for Kino Casino all the time, So it's like, listen, you know the process, and you know how much dead air and bullshit and nothingness you have to go through just to find a 30-second clip or a minute-long clip that's worth making. So I really didn't think that I was, totally out of line to feel the way that I do, especially when I have a channel of my own that I'm trying to build. I have a brand of my own that I'm trying to build. But anyway, but it was totally resolved. It was a dead issue, and there was No bad blood there at all. I provided Warski with the DMs VHS cropped out. And I explained to him that this was a non-issue for me and that VHS was trying to stir up conflict between us, between me and him, me and the Kino Casino, due to a personal vendetta that he and others have against me. So, like, this is a literal gay-op, is what an AstroTurf gay-op. The goal was to manipulate the Kino Casino into attacking me by resuscitating a dead issue and making it seem like it was something that I was actively complaining about when I wasn't, when it was dead 2-3 months ago. Warski responded by saying he was upset because he initially thought the DMs were recent, said it was a, quote, snake move by VHS to do what he did, and said VHS shouldn't have brought it up at all. His energy completely shifted once I provided him with the missing context, and we went on to have a friendly conversation about his family and trip to Portugal, which he was still on. So here I am thinking, okay, we're cool. You know, this was a dead issue, and I clarify with Warski, the air has been cleared. Cool. And now I'm looking forward to the big return of the Kino Casino, which I'd been looking forward to for weeks at that point. So, like I said, as far as I understood it, the air was cleared. And I promoted, not that they need me to promote their show, but I promoted Kino Casino all week. And when Wednesday came, I ended my stream early because I knew they were going live. And I sent them a raid before tuning in to watch their stream. All of which, by the way, proves that there was no grudge being held on my end, because if there was, then why would I have done any of that? You know what I'm saying? However, when the moment of Zen came, the message I got from that was either Warski, PPP, or both of them were still harboring a grudge against me. And that theory was confirmed the very next day, yesterday, when they spent a good portion of the show attacking me and spamming my name docs while claiming, oh, it's just jokes, bro, and saying, oh, we still like the guy. In reality, what it was malice with a smile. People then tell me, oh, RPG, you're being too serious, when I react without the pretend smile on my face, even though this was the true nature of their attacks against me. You know, like there are multiple ways of me responding to this. Like, one way is to like put a clown face on and go, ho, 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 yeah, I'm just joking back. But that's just not how I roll. That's just not how I roll. That's just not how I play it. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a clown. Okay. I am more serious in my coverage. And, you know, if you want jokes, if you want clown shit, then there are other streams who do that better than I do. And by the way, that's not even a dig at the Kino Casino, because I enjoy, you know, they have a different approach. They have a different way of going about it. And I've enjoyed that for a very long time now. So I'm not even taking a shot at them. But yeah, I mean, people, they're constantly saying, oh, you're so serious. You're so serious. I mean, I don't know what people want me to tell them. Like, yeah, I take this seriously, because to me, this isn't just, you know, to me, like I do have a moral aspiration. I do have a political aspiration. So yeah, I mean, I do come at this from a serious position. Now, as a quick aside, and this is not directed at Warski or PPP specifically, but there is something sinister that I see quite often in this sphere, where people use comedy or humor to guise their seething hatred for someone. There are people out there with a genuine burning hatred for me, namely the people who've astroturfed all this to begin with, who are saying all kinds of mean-spirited, vindictive, slanderous, and cruel things about me, all while claiming it's just jokes. But these are not just jokes, and I'm in no way obligated to laugh at derision disguised as comedy. I will always laugh at good-natured jokes at my expense, and I do it all the time, but I won't pretend closeted seething is something other than what it is. I'm just simply explaining my side of the story, and like people are like, oh my God, RPG, what are you doing? Why are you... I really don't understand that mentality. And some people, they're like, no, RPG, no, stop, you can't do this. So they can go on the attack, but I can't respond. I think that I can respond, and that's what I chose to do. I chose to respond. So if people think that was the wrong decision, I mean, think about like with Ralph, for example. You know, when the mob descends upon you, it doesn't even really matter which true or false. They're just like, people want certain because they've already determined that they don't like you. They buy into anything, and they don't really care if it's true or false because like they've determined that they don't like you and they just want to fuck with you. So I'm highly optimistic, looking forward to the future. And this is something, look, if they're going to continue their assault against me, I'll let it be known right now that that's going to be totally one-sided. I have no interest in it. Zero. You know, everybody knows who PPP is. Everybody knows who Worski is. So, I mean, what else is there to say, you know? I'm not going to take it there. They're the ones who took it there. I'm not going to take it there. But at the same time, I will defend myself. Like, for me, this might sound like a cringe term to use, but for me, A-logging has always been like a moral crusade. You know, the reason why I was A-logging Nick is because I had like a moral bone to pick with him and, you know, anybody else that I've ever gone after. And I really don't think that I need to prove to anybody that PPP and Worski are immoral. I mean, they say it themselves, you know, they openly admit that they are, you know, whatever they are. They've said it before. They don't deny what they are. And they're not trying to be moral arbiters either, you know, which is why when people have said to me in the past, oh, RPG, you know, isn't it kind of strange that you're on this moral crusade, but then you support the Kino Casino. And I was always able to rationalize that by saying, yeah, well, you know, they're kind of like in a different lane. You know, they're not really doing it for the exact same reasons. Dr. Tetanus says, again, is this all because RPG spoke about Kino Casino's benefactor? Darby says these guys basically did the same thing to Paul Polyfrog after he helped them make clips and edits for them. Yeah, well, you know, does seem to be a pattern from what people are telling me. You know, people always warned me that this was going to happen, so it's not, you know, totally out of left field.
Leafy follow.
Porsalin's here and says you should do an Imagine parody song, Andy. I don't know if you can top. I don't know if you can top what we saw in the Moment of Zen, though.
No,
I don't.
Can't laugh at stuff, by the way.
No.
Apparently, laughing's bad, and I get unfollowed. But it's good, right?
I'm good.
You're good.
I'm still good.
But apparently, me laughing at a clip I've never seen
You're
before.
a bad man. You're bullying. You're a bully, Andy.
Okay.
You're a bully. You bullied him.
I couldn't not laugh.
You bullied him.
I'm not allowed to laugh. Apparently.
You blew it. You blew it. You bullied him.
I've never seen that clip in my life. And I watched it, and I was like, what the fuck? And the first half was
no
based.
idea.
The first half was
What's
based.
amazing is it was totally my idea.
It was your idea.
I'm like, this would be a great Moment of Zen.
And I was like, okay.
And I just play it, and it's like funny as shit.
All Ashton said to me was, oh, I had this funny RPG song. And I went, okay. So I put it in the cold or the Moment of Zen.
The Moment of Zen.
So I play it. The first half was pretty funny. I was laughing, right? Because it was like, oh, imagine. And it was like racial jokes. I love racial. And then the second half, I was like doing this, and apparently, I hurt RPG's feelings a lot from laughing.
Oh, buddy.
And he unfollowed me and kept following you, and I was my fault.
Oh, buddy.
Come on, man. Like, laugh at yourself. Who gives a fuck, buddy? Oh my.
You've been featured.
I don't fucking even know. Like,
you're staring at the fees, bud.
I was like cool with him. I was trying to be cool with him because I heard him talking shit about us. Like, So I was like, what the fuck?
You
And then he's like,
can't
oh,
step
it's
to
old.
real motherfucking G's like the Teddy Fees.
Well, he fucking unfollows me, and I'm like, he unfollowed us, and he goes, buddy,
He didn't unfollow
buddy, he's
me.
following me still. I'm like, why am I getting the blame for this? What the fuck? But by the way, it was funny though. Who cares, right? It's an old clip.
I thought we were doing him a favor, to be honest. It was promotion.
Yeah.
It
Like-
was promotion.
Like
I promoted him at the start of the show again today. What's the big deal?
RPG, like, look.
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
I'm just promoting you.
Bro, I don't know. Like, look, you've criticized our show like 3 or 4
You gotta
times.
stay
We've
in
never
your place.
cried.
You can't step to the real motherfucking fees.
I guess. Well, he unfollowed me, so okay. I was just, how do I not laugh at that? Imagine Nick's our leader, leading us to victory.
Andy,
Like,
you sleazed the fees. You
did
sleazed
not.
the fees,
I did
bro.
not
What is
sleaze
wrong
the
with you? You sleazed the fees.
buddy, I tried staying out of all of this.
You can't step to the real motherfucking fees,
I got
bro.
like 5 people in my DMs like, RPG DM me that he thinks you guys are scumbags.
I don't know.
I was like, what?
We're just trying to promote our friend.
I know. I promoted him like 1,000 times.
I don't know what we're
retweeted
supposed
shit,
to do.
And it was just like a funny little like joke. It was a
What
joke.
more can we do for him?
I swear to God,
I don't know how to make him more of a star than he already is. He's
Look,
a superstar.
VHS or Gabe or someone posted that video. I watched the first like 10 seconds on Twitter, like, but I was in Portugal, and I was like, oh, it's just like a silly parody. So you're like,
Listen,
oh, we're gonna play
Andy,
that song.
we must appease the fees. What do we have to do to appease the fees?
I've been feesed out.
Render onto Feeser what is Feesers. Will somebody render onto Feeser what is Feesers? Like,
Buddy,
for
I wasn't
fuck's
trying
sake.
to be an ass. I swear to God, I
Like,
was not trying
no,
to be an
like,
ass.
what are we even doing, though? Like, we're such bullies, bro. We're coming around, we're bullying.
Buddy, all the craziness that's been happening, I still retweet him. I like his tweets. I'm being nice to him in DMs, even though I hear he's talking shit behind the scenes. I'm like, I don't want war with him. But then I hear, imagine it leads us to victory. And I'm just like, oh, like, I'm sorry.
It was literally your fucking involuntary cringe.
Yeah, it was
like you're literally just like, oh,
yeah.
You know, what's crazy is I actually said it was cringe with my voice.
And then
he's still following me on Twitter. I guess because me and him are bros. I'm down with the sleazy fees.
I guess I won't laugh at anything you do, RPG. I'm sorry. Holy
Feeser
fuck.
gang.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Andy, you were feesered. Listen, you were feesered, son. You just got to admit.
Is that the new Felton?
Yeah.
You've been feased.
You've been feased. Sorry, bud. You're staring at the fees.
I swear, buddy, there was comments. There's one comments like, how could they do this to RPG? I'm like, do what? Who gives
I
a
don't
fuck?
know.
It
We're
was
ruining
a
his
joke.
life.
It was a joke, man.
It wasn't
I didn't even
a
know.
joke. It was honestly promotion.
I literally thought the first half was based. And the second half, I was like, ooh,
It's
and then,
just, listen.
And then I wake up,
I
and
mean,
then
he
someone's
always gives us his good faith criticisms, so
yeah.
I don't understand what the issue is. He gives us a lot of really good faith criticisms.
He says, oh, they're losing their luster. The last
Well, you know, like the magic's gone.
They should
they have done the super show?
Yeah.
Oh, they're scumbags for paywalling a show. Mind
Even
you, I
though-
paywall every show, but you know. That's just, you got to take a lesson from the fees.
And
That's
then-
what we were trying to do, is take a lesson from the fees.
And then I literally didn't even
and
know.
fucking paywall our shows.
Yeah. And then you know what? I didn't even see that second half of that clip. And it was like,
Sound
whoa.
the feesing horn.
Sound the feesing horn.
Sound the feesing horn.
Look, fucking RPG, I don't want drama with you. I don't know why you unfollowed me after I was gracious enough to
Listen,
not fucking...
we promoted you on the show.
And I was like...
It was
Guys,
generosity.
they're scumbags, this, that, the other. Hey, what's this? Actually, VHS took it out of context.
Fuck.
I read the full context. I'm like, well, it's pretty much the same.
He's the owner of all clips.
Buddy, when he fucking put the RPG without the OPEG, and it was just in the middle.
Oh, fuck. No, guys, I'm never I'm not infighting with everybody.
I told them.
I mean,
I replied to him in the responses to that. I'm like, dude, knock that off. You don't own clips.
I don't know what to say.
Were you gonna say? Or you were about to say something?
No, it's just I don't know what to say anymore. We were so generous and loving.
It was a fucking clip, a joke.
Just get snaked.
I know. I don't want to be like. I was trying to be as nice as possible to him. I didn't expect. Imagine Nick. Sorry, I was like, oh my god, that's funny. It was funny. It wasn't. It was. By the way, this is
Andy. It was too far.
Oh.
It was too far. You should have. Listen.
Next time
you don't want to get feasered.
Next time, I'm sorry. We watched a clip of you, RPG. I'll do this.
Oh.
There you go. I'll be off the camera. There you go. Is that? Look, Ashton. That's what he wants right there. I'll be off the camera. Okay, is that what you want? Oh shit, it's gonna be uneven now. Anyway, I don't want no drama with RPG.
Pick and choose. I like RPG. We love RPG.
I was defending him against
We love him.
VHS and Kino shit. I'm like, he's a good guy, guys. Calm down. And then I go, and I unfollowed.
I feel like we're all getting along.
Yeah, I thought we were all like having a great time.
I know I infringed on his copyrighted material a few times, but all right, let's get back to Beardson.
Yeah, let me just fix that. RPG, I don't want to be mean with you. I thought we were friends. Okay, so anyway.
Oh fuck.
There you go.
Me, which is pretty epic. Hey, Leafy followed me on Twitter, which is pretty cool. That was like after I did the title and everything too. I just tweeted out I stand with Leafy, and then Leafy followed me, which is pretty epic.
Okay.
Very cool.
Exactly, pause it.
What you know what I
You know, Porsalin's so on point. So I like RPG too, but that song was the worst thing I've ever heard, and the Watermark War's pretty funny. He's got to learn to relax a little and not be so defensive and paranoid, but he's a good fella. That's exactly my take. He just needs to chill the fuck out.
I didn't even say anything.
Here's the whole thing about the fees, the feesered, whatever the fuck. Here's the thing, bro. When you act bothered by it, people are just going to do it more. And the problem is, bro, you have a really funny name. And I've had to resist for weeks and months to say Feasered. Like, I really have wanted to just, it's so funny. I think it can be the next Felted. Like the next big thing.
Sound the feast.
And he really ought to take advantage of that.
Yeah, man.
Like it's the
you
toothpaste is out of the tube, son.
You unfollowed me after I was like nice to you. After I literally read you calling me a scumbag because I used a clip of yours. I'm like, don't worry about it, bro. I don't hate you. I want to be friends.
Like, we don't hate him, but
no,
it's like, bro, like, come on. Like, you have to have a bit of a thicker skin to be in this game.
I guess he unfollowed me because he probably thought when I called him out on DMs, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm like, okay, whatever. I want to be your friend. I'm fine. I'm cool with it, right? I guess he thought that I brought that to the show because of that. Because someone's like, oh, Warski, if you didn't want forgiveness from him, you shouldn't have just said it. Like, I didn't fucking... You think he said it's a funny song.
It's okay, for instance, Ted, listen to me. So Andy and I, the boxed wine, all that fucking shit, drama. Today we take a picture with a stack of boxed wine. Do you see? Like, you can't let it bother you. You have to own it, and you have to have fun. If you're not having fun, and you're seething and crying, you're fucked. Laugh and the world laughs with you. Cry and you cry alone, Ted. And, honestly, that's my real advice to you, is you need to fucking lighten up. This shit is not that serious. This is not a serious political movement. These guys are a fucking joke. Nobody is, honestly, it's just a bunch of children at this point following it. And, the Alog community is not, it's not the Justice League, bro. It's not the United Nations. It's Alogs. Do you get it? You don't get it, and that's why I have to explain this to you. I feel bad for you. Because at one point you were so autistic you actually were a groiper. And that's why you struggle now with these social scenarios. So I pray for you. I pray for you to
man. I got no
accept
beef
the
with
things
him.
you cannot change, bro. Your name is Feaser. It's really funny. I'm sorry.
Honestly, for me, I thought his name was Fraser for like months. First of all,
Like,
secondly,
like Feaser Wave. Like, you could have a whole genre of music.
Look, bro, I was like, ask Ashton behind the scenes. I was like, I thought me and him were cool. You know, I know he has problems with VHS, Zanny Berries, Kino, all this stuff. And I'm like, I have no problem with VHS. I have no problem with RPG. I said this publicly. Because I go, you know, people laugh about the boxed wine thing all the time. You laughed about me, like, everyone laughed about me being knocked out. Like, sometimes you take the fucking L and you just go, okay. But you're like blocking people, having battles and wars with all the people that I like. And then I'm just like sitting here like, yo, bro, like RPG, calm down. And then I get caught off guard with, imagine Nick's our leader. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh. And then I could get fucking unfollowed.
Well, listen, this segment has been brought to you by Gabe Hoffman. Gabe Hoffman and the Kosher Casino.
So he's going after Gabe for funding the
well,
documentary
this is the
versus
thing,
Nick.
right? Like, we may as well just talk about it.
Sure.
Listen, this is the thing. They're talking about Gabe Hoffman funded this documentary Becoming Babylon. If he funded it, wouldn't it have been made? That's just objection one. Objection two is the people who made the documentary or were going to make the documentary messaged me and asked me and Andy to help them fundraise for the project.
Yeah.
If Gabe Hoffman was funding the project, why were the people actually behind it coming to me and asking for us to shill it on our show, a fundraiser for it? The thing never got out of the blocks. I don't know what happened to it. But his DMs he shows with Gabe or whatever don't prove shit. In fact, they prove the exact opposite. And my whole thing is, even if he did fund this documentary against America First, isn't that based?
Yeah.
So who gives a shit? I just don't get it. If I was him, what I would criticize Gabe Hoffman for is trying to get that guy fired from his job at Chewy's. I disagree with that. I don't think what the guy did justifies taking away his livelihood because he talked about a cabal. That's just me. You know, I think the guy should be allowed to feed his family, but that's Gabe's fucking decision.
And Gabe, like, we have no problem with Gabe either. And by the way, Gabe Hoffman funding the show, this is the whole thing now. Oh, Gabe, we made the joke earlier, the Kosher Casino. Obviously, we're being facetious. He throws 20, 40, maybe $60 a show here and there, right? Like, he's funding the show? Shut the fuck up.
It's
like,
just
shut the fuck
crazy.
up. Shut your goddamn mouth. Like, holy shit. We joke about it because to be facetious
and then
against
it's like Michael Alberto is working for fucking...
Yeah, what is this?
Gabe or something and the Alberto Commission. Like, Ted, there is no Alberto Commission. It's not real. I don't know if you know that. But not only is it not real, but Gabe Hoffman's not funding it. And Gabe Hoffman's not behind every blade of grass, brother. Anyway.
So that's our take. I don't hate RPG at all. I'm disappointed at this crazy fucking spiral. I know a lot of people are disappointed in this. And you're feeding the fucking hate train on you, man. Like, seriously, like,
I don't know. It's not really worth that much fucking time.
I hope that explains our thoughts, bro.
But like the mildest criticism is like, oh my God, because it's like you're allowed. This is what's going to be the thing, right? RPG is allowed to make a million good faith criticisms of our show. But if I make a good faith criticism of him
or a joke
and what he's doing, then he loses his mind. His mods lose their mind. They come into the chat, they come into the comments, and they lose their shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, everyone DM'd you and said to chill out, and you haven't been chilling out.
having unearthed an utterly embarrassing video of a Groiper-era RPG singing a parody of John Lennon's Imagine, substituting the existing lyrics with such things as Fuentes leading the Knickers, the pair chose to close their show by playing the video in their Moment of Zen segment. RPG's reaction was to dedicate 6 hours of obsessive lunacy to the Kino Casino, accusing them of siding with his enemy combatants and snaking on their dear friend Teddy. He'd cut the figure of a deeply paranoid lacking anywhere near the degree of self-awareness and backbone so often needed in these circles. Once again, he would resort to hysterical escalation and overreaction to what was barely any sort of tangible provocation at all. This only served to further engulf the flames already licking at his feet, with PPP and Warski dedicating an hour of their next show to lampooning the wild exacerbation of Teddy's Feaser mania. The show would become a manifestation of RPG's Streisanding of his own name, with over 1,000 viewers Feaser posting in his chat, myself being one of them. Having super chatted the Kino Casino with such things as, "Can you feel how the Fees clings to the air?" before following with the posting of the words "Fees and desist" in their chat, RPG decided I was now the prime target of his festering delirium. He would accuse me of spreading a dox that, at this point, was way beyond the realm of privacy.
You got to do puns? I'm doing puns too. Your actual name online is Porsalin. I'm calling you Pissalin. Do you understand the joke? Do you understand that joke, Pissalin? I hope you do. Okay, so where does the story begin? Well, it begins with him spamming the hell out of my name in the Kino Casino chat the other night when PPP and Warski, when they were doing that, when they were spamming my name, good friend, Pissalin, he decided to join in on the fun. Join in on the fun. Now, in my view, totally uncalled for, totally unnecessary, and not something that I would have ever done if the situation was reversed, okay? Because unlike Pissalin, I don't do things like this, okay? Like, if you are my friend, I'm not saying that we were, hanging out IRL, but as far as the interactions that I've had with Pissalin, we had a couple, and they were always cordial and friendly, and I thought that he was somebody who, he had been he was a mod in my YouTube chat, and he had super chatted me a couple times, and, before Thursday, the interactions that we had been mostly positive. Now, if I had to guess, he's probably following the gay logs and like Warski and PPP. I'm thinking that he got baited. I'm actually thinking that he got baited like those clowns did, right? So he got baited and thought, oh, the popular thing to do right now is to clown on RPG. Oh, I want to be one of the cool kids and clown on RPG because that's what the cool...
New donation from Andrew Tate.
That's what the cool kids are doing on Twitter right now, is they're clowning on RPG. So I'm going to be a total fucking scumbag. And I'm going to join in on that because that's funny. That's funny for me, Pissalin said. And I don't care how you feel about it, RPG, because it's funny for me. And that's the only thing that matters, is if it's funny for me, because fuck you, Pissalin said. That's what Pissalin said to me. So he was spamming the fuck, and I saw it because I saw the chat, and it's there. It's just over and over and over again. Every silly variation he could come up with, he dropped it. You had Caesar, and you had Freezer, and there might have even been a Weezer, and there maybe perhaps was a T. I mean, you could go for days. It rhymes with a lot of different words. So he was just, it was like a, open buffet. He was just feasting in the puns. It was so fun for him. Another reason why I found it to be especially pernicious is because, as an Alog documentarian with as many enemies as I have, if not more, you would think that he knew better, right? It's like, okay, so you're someone out there, and a lot of people, they want your head on a silver platter. A lot of people hate you. A lot of people are trying to ruin your life, just like they're trying to ruin my life. And in fact, he had already been doxxed in the past. He'd been completely doxxed, and he was so fearful, he was so spooked when it happened, that apparently he completely wiped out his entire presence online. He deleted all the accounts, and he disappeared. I don't know how long he disappeared for. And from what I've seen, what I've been told, he had a totally finished, fully produced documentary on Owen Benjamin that he was about to roll out. But despite this, he actually disappeared, vanished entirely. So, you know, it's like, okay, so you're somebody, you've gone through this before. You know what it's like, bro. You know what it's like. You know exactly what that feels like. And then for you to turn around and propagate another person's docs, one that you claim to be cool or civil or friendly with, there's something especially pernicious and sadistic about that. They're really, that's just, let's just call it what it is. It's fucked up. It's totally fucked up. And when called out on it, what did he do? Double down, triple down, quadruple down. Why? Because he wanted to impress his friends on the internet. He wanted to impress Kino. He wanted to impress all of these fucking clown bozos on twitter.com. So he didn't want to look weak submitting to RPG. So instead, he took it all the way to his grave. And he was like, no, funny, and 1,000 excuses. No, it's funny, it's funny, it's funny. Bro, you know what you did. You know what you did. You know that it was fucked up. And now I'm getting my just desserts, okay? I'm getting my just desserts, and you can go fuck yourself, man. You could go fuck yourself. And the haters, what are they going to do? Are they going to call me Teddy Caesar salad? Oh, no. Oh, please don't do that. Are they going to call what Teddy am I going to get called next? Teddy Grams? Teddy Spaghetti? Well, that's another good one. I haven't seen Teddy Spaghetti yet. Okay, maybe they'll roll with Teddy Spaghetti now. So have at it. Have fun. Have fun. You had your fun. I'm having my fun now. Grams goes hard. Well, by the way, just so people know, I go by Ted and not Teddy. Teddy is like, when I was younger, it was Teddy. But then you reach a certain age and then you become, you mature into, it's like a Pokemon, like you start as a Teddy, but then you evolve into a Ted. Maybe when I'm in like my 80s, I'll be Theodore, but right now I'm currently in the Ted phase. All right. Uncle Ted. Exactly. Okay. So this was my good friend Porsalin. On Friday, he was recapping my stream. And these are the bullet points according to Porsalin. They've joined the RPG hate bandwagon. True. That's true. And you did that too. Actually, I can take a joke. True. I can. But when you are maliciously spamming my docs, that's not a joke. Okay. And I hope we really drive that point home. Because look, if it is a joke, then everything that I'm doing here is also a joke. And you can't complain about it. And the gay logs can't complain about anything that I'm doing during this stream right now. Because you guys were all joking. And now I am. It's kind for kind. What's the problem? Oh wait, but you know why you're mad right now? You're mad because you weren't joking. And I'm not joking either. That's why you're mad. Because really the whole just jokes and the whole comedy, the whole ha ha ha, it's a farce. It's an affectation. It isn't real. It's a mask. That is a mask. Okay? So you can play this, you're mad, but I'm not mad game. No, the reality is actually, I think everybody's a little bit mad. Let's just be honest here. I think everybody is a little mad. I think there's probably some anger on both sides of this equation. And I know, the meme is you're seething. I'm not seething. I think Porsalin, I think you got your panties in a bunch there. All right. And you could play this, like this detached charade you got going on. Oh, I don't care. Oh, I'm totally above it all. And go ahead. Bro, I see right through that, man. I see right through you. This shit doesn't work on me. It doesn't. Like the mind games, the ops, the reverse psychology, none of this works on me. None of it. So, what else did I say? It was a low blow when they played the Imagine clip. Yeah, it was. You know why it was? Because even though I've owned that clip 1,000 times, I'll own it right now. Imagine, I've owned that clip 1,000 times. But what is the purpose of playing a clip like that? The purpose was clear. The purpose was clear. Everybody knows the purpose was clear. That's why everybody reacted to it the same exact way. So it's not even the clip, it is the principle. Just like those clips that I played before, if I played either of those clips prior to all this, I think that they would have taken that, they would have seen that as a slight. I know for a fact they would have seen that as a slight. If I was playing their, airing their dirty laundry, they would have seen that as a slight. But what they tried to do is they tried to malice with a smile. They said, oh no, bro, ha ha, it's just a joke. You can't take a joke? Well, I can take a joke if it actually is one, but if it's not a joke, then I'm not going to entertain this sleight of hand that you're trying to pass off as a joke. It's not a joke. And you know it wasn't a joke because the mask came off the very next day. And the very next day, PPP had a whole lot to say about RPG. And Worski had a whole lot to say. And then it's like, so now it's coming out. So then Porsalin says, just log off, bro. How about, nope, not going to do that, bitch. I bet right now you were really, really wishing that I would. And this is so passive aggressive. And then I called him out. I was still calling him Porsalin at the time, but I said, Porsalin, once again, showing us he's little more than a fence-sitting bitch. And even when I like the guy, total fence sitter. Total, just like milk toast. Okay, so here Porsalin says, I do like RPG. Yeah, so after he gets finished spamming the fuck out of my name docs and having additional fun at my expense on Twitter, he goes, I do like RPG. Okay, so if a person says that they like you, is it unreasonable to assume that you are friends with that person? Now, just because you say you're friends, that doesn't mean you're internet friends, right? Like we all know who our internet friends are. For example, I'm friends with Jaden. I never hung out with Jaden. If I saw Jaden in real life, I'd be, yo, Jay, you know what I'm saying? So when you're on the internet, the people we call our friends are people that we are friendly with online. Like my mods are my friends. I've never hung out with any of them, but we're friends with each other. I talk to them. So if you're saying you like me and you're sending me super chats and we've only ever had positive interactions for the most part, then I assume that you're not going to come at me with hostility. He says, I do like art, and this is the fence sitting. This is the duplicity in action. I do like RPG. I still watch his shit. I'm just laughing at what I see as a huge overreaction and meltdown on his part over pretty much fuck all. Oh, interesting. Guys, I want you to remember all of these little quotes here. Pretty much fuck all. That's what he's calling it. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to write this down. Okay, so pretty much fuck all is going to be the first item on our list. Yeah, so spamming someone's name docs is pretty much fuck all, okay? Then he says, oh, interesting. He would do the exact same to anybody. Okay, let's get that written down. Okay, so he would do it to anybody. Well, clearly he would, because he's scum. He'd do the exact same to anybody. And then 3, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. I'm going to say that a lot. Get ready for this. Okay, so then I respond and I say, since your other position, that it's not that serious, prove that I'm overreacting by responding to this tweet with your full legal name. Go ahead, pal, because we're friends. Go ahead, pal. I'll wait. And can anybody guess what happens next? Does anybody think that Porsalin, because, I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? It's not that serious. It's pretty much fuck all. So why wouldn't he respond to this tweet with his full legal name? Why wouldn't he do that? Oh, and another thing here is Porsalin says that I had a huge overreaction and meltdown. Okay, let's watch the clip. This is me melting down on Friday and overreacting. Crack says Porsalin too never liked his docs. Thing about Porsalin is Porsalin, he was dogpiling along with everybody else yesterday, which I didn't really think, I don't think that's like a kind action. And then he puts out a tweet saying, oh, but I like RPG. He just needs to lighten up while everybody is dogpile name doxing the fuck out of him. Like, oh, well, thanks, Porsalin. It's a really good friend I got there. There you go. I say, you know, since you're in the position, it's not that serious. Prove that I'm overreacting by responding with your full legal name. What does he say? He says, it's already out there. I was doxxed in 2018. Mersh, Owen Benjamin, Joe Matarese, and Gavin McInnes have all said my name openly on their shows, and I didn't give a shit. Okay, so he didn't give a shit. Do we have that written down? Okay, let me write that. He doesn't give a shit. Okay. Says, you admitted yourself you can only be doxxed once. Okay, so I'll put that out there too. You can only be doxxed once. Okay. This sanctimonious outrage after the fact is disingenuous. So it sounds like we're running with some bad faith PPP talking points here. And then some guy points out, you didn't do it though. Tweet your name. It's funny, bro. It's just jokes. And then Porsalin, a lot of resistance here from Porsalin. He doesn't want to do it. Guys, what's going on? Why doesn't Porsalin want to tweet out? He's absolutely refusing. So then I say, so then give it to me. He says he doesn't care, doesn't give a shit. It's already out there. Okay, then give it to me. Come on, man. It's just jokes, right? Why are you being so thin-skinned? And then here we go. Remember this. This tweet is this is going to be referenced many times as we proceed here. He says, go find it if you want it. Tweet it out. I don't give a shit. There you go. So once again, all the crocodile tears, they know, because they've seen this. Everybody has seen this by now. Porsalin says, go find it. Tweet it out. Found it. He doesn't give a shit. Okay, so I found it. I tweeted it out, and I think you I know like the charade we're doing right now, right? We're playing it cool. And because now he is committed. He is 100% committed to putting on this act. 100% committed to the bit. Once again, he describes my conduct on Friday as an apoplectic fit and misusing doxing. I mean, you're okay. Are you the one who doxed me? No. Are you signal boosting my dox? Yes. But this is the pill pull. Besides, nobody currently laughing at him had any part whatsoever in his doxing. True, but you are propagating, okay? Like, yeah, it's out there. That doesn't mean I need you to propagate. Do you understand this? Do you? Because if you don't, then you are the dumbest motherfucker around. I know you do. And that, by the way, that's why I'm going all the way here. That's why I'm going all the way here. Because yeah, you didn't do it. You didn't dox. That's like saying, well, I didn't make your address public. I wasn't the one who initially made it public. Your address was already public, and now I'm making it more public. Oh, you don't see a problem with that, Stain? Do you not see a problem with that? Or are you're just unbelievable, man. You're just unbelievable. Says they simply find it hilarious seeing somebody ignite themselves on the internet for no fucking reason at all. By means of a little light mockery, they're encouraging, it's light mockery. Oh, it's light mockery. Really? Okay, yeah. And then I say, oh, boo-hoo, is baby Porsalin gonna cry? It's just jokes, bro. Maybe it's time to log off. Seems like all this internet stuff is, so now what I'm doing is I'm just shoveling the shit back on his face is what I'm doing. And then he says, just trying to help. Oh, haha, good old Porsalin. My good friend Porsalin. He was, I love that guy. He was just trying to help. Oh, silly me. I got all worked up. I at this point, I tweet out a summary. And because Dr. Yeager says to me, dude, you've got to get an effing grip. Holy shit. So I respond and I say, what's the matter? I want to tell a funny joke. And he gave me permission to use his name as the punchline. And then here we have the tweet as evidence. And then I say a summary, the story so far. 1, Porsalin spams my docs. 2, says it's not that serious when I call him out. Among many other things, we have a list. 3, I say, if it's not that serious, post yours. 4, he refuses. 5. Says he doesn't care if I post it though. 6. Cue the fake outrage and the crocodile tears. Because at this point, the gay logs are running wild with this narrative, spun up narrative, that I'm trying to dox him. But he himself says that it's not a dox. Multiple times. He has permitted me, if I find the information, doesn't care, it's not a big deal. I can pull up the list, right? We have 20 items on our list so far. So, but the gay logs lie about everything. So they were pretending, oh, RPG, he's a hypocrite. Oh, after he complained about his docs, now he's doxing somebody else. Okay, and then actually at this point, I was surprised. I was really surprised by this, but Andy Vinskinsey, of all people, believe it or not, he actually chimed in and he called Pistain out, if you could believe it.
Now, how about this? What's your name? If I'm scared to say, you're scared to say your name. What's your full fucking name? Tell us your full fucking name. No, you won't because you're scared. What's your last name?
Okay. Now, because unlike the Kino Casino, unlike my enemies, because I'm good faith, I will admit that, see, unlike the gay logs, I will now tell you the truth, which is that is an edited clip. He's actually screaming at Cog there. Before this shit blew up, I reached out to one of these people. I DM'd them and I said, yo, I was like, can we cool things down here? I was like, is this necessary? And that was a mistake by me, because what did that person do? They took the DMs and they made a really, really funny tweet about it. Ha ha ha. So they leaked the DMs of me trying to make peace with these people before it became what it is right now. But they don't want peace. Peace isn't fun for them. Peace isn't fun for them. This is fun for them. Terrorizing people on the internet, that is fun for them. It makes them extra angry when they can't control you, which is the entire purpose of it all. And I know that. And because I know that, that's it. Okay, so here, and I've seen a lot of tweets just like this one. This is just one example, and I'm pretty sure this is a Kiwi farmer. Tweet says, about me, he's still a rabid racist anti-Semite with grand schemes of East celeb. But we'll stop right there, right? Because the point of this tweet is, this guy, one of many, this is just a random account, don't know who this is and don't care who it is, but there's a lot of this going on. There's a lot of this going on in the farms community, in the gay log community, a lot of this. And what they do is they kind of, they conceal themselves. It's covert, it's subversive. It's, it's surreptitious. But a lot of that going on, where really what they're trying to do is destroy ideological enemies. Not all of them. Okay, obviously there's a mixture, but for a lot of these people, that's what's going on there. Now, the reason why this interaction went as long as it did is because I wanted to guarantee, even though it's not a dox, I wanted there to be no question at all. I wanted there to be zero room for debate. When I dropped the punchline, I wanted there to be zero room for debate, questioning anything when I completed the joke that I'm building up to here. This has all been a joke so far, and now we're getting to the punchline. So, Pistain, you think that signal boosting doxes is funny? Well, then get a load of this whopper. Get a load of this. Oh man, you are going to explode. You are going to explode. You might, I don't know, you might rupture something with how hard this gut buster is. It's going to tear you into pieces, man. Get ready for the best joke you have all heard in your entire life. You ready, guys? Are you ready? Okay, so here we go. Who wants to hear a funny joke? I assume all of you do. Knock, knock. Who's there? Adam Daly. Adam Daly who? Adam Daly, a.k.a. Porsalin. Oh, man, that was good. Oh man, that was good. Woo! Oh wow. Well, you know what, Porsalin, you wanted to play the stupid game, and you won the stupid prize. So congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Here's your prize. Here's your stupid prize. You really worked hard for it. So the next thing we are going to do here, folks, is we are going to discuss the Ralph Truce offer. So here we have the statement that I put out last night, and it because you know what it is? Like, this has really, really, really been an eye-opening experience for me. You know, I really have dedicated the last 2 years of my life to, going after people that I, perceived as the enemy. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of absolutely legitimate gripes and grievances with. But then, what has been taking place over the past few weeks or even the past month or so, basically a lot of masks have slipped, a lot of true colors have been revealed, and I basically come to the determination that this is not a sector that I am interested in participating in any longer. I know people might think that sounds like bullshit because I went hard as fuck today. But like I said, this is the grand finale. Kino Casino, next time they go live, they'll likely do an entire segment on me. I don't care at all. They're going to do a segment on me. It's going to be, Godwinson already did the works, but I guess they're going to just rehash like they always do. They're going to retread covered ground. So they can do that. Will I respond? No. It's have fun, guys. Have fun making fun of me. Have fun pushing all the same ridiculous bullshit that Godwinson already has. I don't care. I don't care. But anyway, so I was thinking a lot last night because it's been a wild couple days, man. Let me tell you, it's been an absolutely crazy couple days here and just a lot of things going on. And, a lot of people are not exactly comfortable a lot of people think that we're going cuckoo right now. We're going a little cuckoo, hey, it's war. It's war. This is battle mode. And I got wars on like 100 different fronts right now. And it's a battle royale is what it is. And what everybody wants me to do, everybody wants me to bend the knee, right? If I bend the knee to the enemy will like me. That's how this works. The enemy wants me to kiss the ring, capitulate, bend the knee, et cetera, right? I know this. Am I going to do it? I'm not going to do it because I don't care what the enemy wants from me at all. My enemies don't support me, right? My enemies aren't the ones who are sending in super chats, donations, whatever. My enemies want me to cease existing, and in all ways. So caused me to put out the following tweet because a lot of what's been going on lately is these people, they poke, they prod, they provoke, they antagonize, they instigate, they do all the shit to you. And then when you respond, right? So after they poke, if you respond that you're the bad guy, that's where the gaslighting, the victim blaming comes in. You're the bad guy, not them for fucking you for absolutely no reason at all, but you're the bad guy because you dared to defend yourself. And now that I've really experienced this for the first time since I've been doing this as a streamer, it has been like an epiphany for me. I did learn a lot. So anyway, here's the tweet that I put out last night, and a lot of people weren't sure what to make of this, so I will clarify right now. And I write, Ralph is a despicable scumbag and always will be. All right, so right off the bat, what am I saying here? Well, it's pretty clear. I'm saying that Ralph is despicable and always will be. I don't expect that to change anytime soon or ever. If I had to put money on it, will Ralph change anytime soon or ever? No. And I don't say that to be spiteful, by the way. I don't say that to be spiteful. I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be coy or I'm trying to be cute or funny or snarky. I say that because I think that Ralph is like just legitimately a fucked up person. So now, does that mean that it wouldn't be cool if there was some redemption arc there at some point in the future? Like at a point where he really did sincerely redeem himself, not just to me, but to all others. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm never going to totally root against that. I want everybody to be cured or whatever. But Ralph, he's an old dog, right? So you're not going to teach the old dog new tricks. He is who he is. And that's it. I think that's always who he's going to be. Look, why did everything go down the way that it did? Did I throw the first punch? Did I fire off the first shot? No. Okay? No. And I will never do that. That's just not how I operate. Okay? Not who I am. Not how I operate. I will never, ever, ever initiate. I will never initiate conflict. I don't believe in it. It goes against my moral code to do that. So I will never, ever initiate conflict. What I will, however, do is I will absolutely, and I feel very, very strongly about this, I will always defend myself. All right? So when the Kino Casino decided to do what they did, and they know damn well what they did, I responded in kind. It's all I did. It's all I did. Okay? So my response was commensurate with the Kino Casino. And as far as Porsalin goes, my response to him was also commensurate. It was kind for kind, like for like, equal for equal. And that is why I can justify it. Now, with Porsalin, if I was posting pictures of his family, that would be, I could never, ever, because he did do that to me, right? He didn't do anything like that to me, but he did, what he did to me, I did back to him. And if anybody wants to complain about that, if anybody just wants to say, no, RPG, but no. I was like, we know they did that to you, but you can't do that back, man. In most cases, I will not accept that. I just won't accept that. That's how I am. That's my persona. That's my spirit, my nature, whatever you want to call it. So look, if anybody's upset with me right now, really, who you should be upset with the Kino Casino, because that was the first domino. And now we're here. So everybody who's upset and they're pearl clutching and, oh my God, RPG, how could you do this, RPG? Look, all I did was kind for kind. That's it. It's all I will ever do. If I didn't, then I can understand if there's some uproar, there's some outrage, there's some pushback. But that's it, guys. That's it. So that is my position. And if anybody isn't cool with that, if anybody isn't down with that, then I'm sorry. It's nothing personal, but we disagree. Gabe Hoffman is kvetching on Twitter. Let him. Okay, so Ralph is a despicable scumbag and always will be. But I'm surprised to admit I have a better understanding for what's led to some of the more extreme decisions he's made over the years that I've known of him. That doesn't necessarily make them moral or correct, all right? So this is not, apologism for Ralph. This is not me saying, guys, take it easy on him. He must be held fully accountable for every sin, for every act of evil. He absolutely must be held accountable. He must repent for every transgression, right? I'm not saying otherwise. However, there are sort of these micro instances that happen in between the stuff that's totally indefensible, where in those micro instances, I have a better understanding now, having gone through the fire myself. I have a better understanding now of why in those micro one-off instances, why he does some of the things that seem ludicrous to everybody else. Right? I still hold him fully accountable for the fucked up, and there's a lot of fucked up shit. A lot. And he knows that, and everybody knows that. Okay, so I say that doesn't necessarily make them moral or correct. That determination will differ from case to case. But until you're in the thick of it, you really don't get it. You can't get it. This applies to Nick too, as well as others, right? So like same thing with him. Like even though Nick has done a lot of really fucked up shit to me, and not just Nick, other AF generals, but obviously I'm naming the leader of the movement here. It doesn't mean that he's off the hook for what he's done to me and others, but in between the indefensible shit, I do have a better understanding now than ever before why certain things went down the way that they did. I do. I see it better than ever. Why things that didn't make sense then make more sense now, which doesn't make them right or moral. I'm going to keep emphasizing this because some people on Twitter last night were like, "No, RPG, what are you doing? You can't endorse Ralph like this." And that's not what I was doing. Okay? I start this tweet, I will repeat again. Quote, "Ralph is a despicable scumbag and always will be." Right? That's how we're beginning this tweet. Scumbag, always will be. All right? And by the way, I'm not doing like a bit here. I'm not, I know this might come off as like sanctimonious or something. That's not it at all. I'm being so real. I'm being so straight right now. This is none of this is a joke. We were joking a lot today. This is not a joke. This is real shit. Okay, so Ralph, who actually, believe it or not, he unblocked me on Twitter, which is great because now I can pull his tweets up on stream. Ralph tweeted me, and might want to strap in for this. Might want to get those seatbelts fastened for this. Ralph tweets me, and well, not me directly, but he says, "I'm offering RPG a general truce," even though he called me a scumbag earlier, which that's pretty funny, the wording there. I think he can at least see some of what I've been dealing with now. His new enemies are my old ones going back years. The whole bunch is a pack of disloyal vipers. That's true. It's true. He says, "Come home. The kings are waiting." There's a lot of different ways I could approach this, but here is what I'll say. There's no such thing as trucing with a guy like Ralph. He's too spiteful to make peace with. When I called him a despicable scumbag earlier, I meant it. It's also important to point out that his offer it's obviously insincere and driven out of spite for Worski and PPP, like he says, like now our enemies are aligned. So, like clearly he's doing this. It's really more of a meme than anything. So, yeah. So it's not sincere at all. And he's doing it out of spite. But the thing is he hates them more than he hates me. So he wants to, do like this fake peace deal. But the reality is Ralph, you don't like me, right? And Ralph, you know that I don't like you, and I don't think that I ever could like a person like you. And I guess you probably couldn't. You probably think that I'm pretentious, that I have a like an air of superiority, and you know what I think about you. Everybody, knows what I think about you. Ralph is not ready to be redeemed, and I doubt he ever will be. He's done too many fucked up things to too many people, myself included, and I've seen no signs of that changing anytime soon. Now, I would like to take this moment to refer to a quote that you may have seen in my Twitter bio before, and the quote reads, "In any compromise between food and poison, it's only death that wins." And I think, using this as an analogy, I think we could piece together who the food is here and who the poison is. Once again, I'm not trying to, dab on Ralph or anything, but basically you can't compromise with someone who's poisonous because then that ends in doom and disaster. That being said, despite today's agenda, I'm going to begin my first real effort to shift away from Alog content in the coming days. And I know, I'll still retain the right to do that kind of thing whenever it's necessary. But after 2+ years of rolling around in the mud, I am seriously ready to move on. I just really have nothing but disdain and disgust for the sector, especially after the treatment that I've received over the past weeks, month, whatever. I'm just totally disgusted. And there's really nothing left for me here anyway. Believe it or not, endless conflict does wear you down after a while. That doesn't mean that I'm suddenly abandoning all of my previously held positions. Those are still my positions today. Nothing has changed as far as the statements that I've made. And, nothing at all has changed. I'm still exactly who I was yesterday, today. However, I truly feel that I've reached the end of the line as far as the Alog arc is concerned, and I'm ready to branch into new content frontiers. I know a lot of people probably will hear this and they'll roll their eyes because this is what I've been doing for so long now. It's hard to imagine that I'll ever do anything else. You guys know me as Nick Fuentes, America First, Alog. And, so you guys think, oh, here we go. Oh, this is the 10th time. Oh, he already said that he was going to move on. But this actually is the first sincere attempt to move on. Now, what I will, because there's a lot of groypers here right now, I think, what I will say is I'm a guy who calls balls and strikes. And that's really what got me in trouble with America First in the first place. And I understand why. I do understand, especially now, better than ever before, I do understand why it can be troublesome to have somebody like that within your ranks. What I'm saying is, as far as like a general example, I'm like Big Tech, where, Big Tech is calling balls and strikes too, actually, right? Big Tech is somebody who got a lot of flack for, and it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate because that reflects very poorly on Nick, even though I understand in a way where Nick is coming from. It reflects very poorly on him because, Big Tech really, really did have, Big Tech was an avatar for a lot of people. And the thing is even though you want unity within your ranks, when there is not everything could be swept under the rug. Some things you might try to do that, but Nick really, really did take a massive reputational hit after the Ali Akbar thing, and he started calling Smiley a and shit. I can't defend that. I cannot defend that. The fact that you're not going to attack Ali Akbar, you're going to very gently say, "Oh, Ali Akbar, I disavowed him," but then you're calling Smiley. You're digging up dirty laundry from 10 years ago. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I cannot defend that. I cannot support that. That's not cool. And I need to be in a position where if I don't support something, I can express that. The Ali Akbar scandal, that was a watershed moment, even for a lot of groypers. I saw it. There were a lot of, look at Big Tech. Look at his recent success. That's off the back of this large contingent of groypers who agreed with his message. That's why people were tuned in. That's why people were watching, because a lot of people, even though they wouldn't say it publicly, a lot of people, they heard what Big Tech was saying and they were like, this guy represents me. Today, I went hard as fuck, right? I went hard as fuck. Do I regret it? No, not at all. But there was a time when I would approach the line, but I wouldn't cross the line because I knew that if I crossed the line, then I was playing with fire. Well, little did I know, I guess yeah, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter because I was enough of a thorn to still get, exposed in the way that I did. But it wasn't until after I got doxxed that basically my power level tripled. And the reason why people think that I'm acting totally crazy right now is because after the most recent drama, I feel like there's nothing left. I really do. As far as, what these people have to hold over me, there's nothing left at this point. It's all out there. And honestly, compared to most other people online, I think I'm doing all right. There's no oh, he's a sex offender, no criminal record. Really all this stuff did was reveal that I think I'm a normal person. I'm a relatively normal person. I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. I have my fuck ups. I've, done things that I regret. I've had my weak and low and embarrassing moments. I've, et cetera, et cetera. But, a lot of times in life, what a lot of people do is they don't really do what they want to do. They do what is the most strategic or the most expedient, right? Like this happens a lot in like the corporate world. And I say this because I have former corporate world experience. This happens a lot in the corporate world where like they're all just like snakes. They're all snakes and like demons and liars, and everybody is cutthroat and backstabbing, and it's all fake, man. The whole, and that's why I hate it. It's just fake. And I don't like that kind of life doesn't interest me. You know, like the affectation, the pretending you don't hate your boss, the pretending you don't hate your manager, the pretending you don't hate your coworker who's a effing asshole. That's just not the way I want to live my life. So the point of all of this is to say that, look, I am what I am. Nuggy says, have you explained your side to Jaden? I think Jaden is calling you out. Well, look, I mean, he's free to say whatever he wants to say about it. I do think that is unfortunate. You know, what I can say about Jaden is if the situation were reversed, I would 100% have his back. Like if it were reversed and all details were precisely the same, I would 100% have his back, and there's not even a question about that. So I do think that I think what I'll say about Jaden is I think the problem for him is he's kind of worried about being on the receiving end of. So here's the thing with the gay logs is like you all see how ruthless the gay logs could be, right? So there's always this implicit threat of force there, and the gay logs use that to their advantage to control people, you know? So it really, it's like a hostage situation where, and I'm not saying this is totally what's going on with Jaden. I like Jaden. This is not going to change anything for me. This is not me talking shit at all, but you know, if he's commenting freely, then I will comment freely too. The thing, what a lot of people, like what Jaden might be doing is he might be kind of siding with the gay logs because siding with the gay logs is less dangerous for him than siding with me. So I do think, Will Cunning says, don't listen to chat. Jaden's take is fine. Okay, well, there were people that I actually recognized who were saying that. He's not attacking. Okay. He's not attacking me. He's still trying to be neutral. Yeah, look, I'm not going to talk shit about Jaden. See, Andrew Tate is saying that he's talking shit. I don't know why Andrew Tate's saying that and everybody else is saying he's not. Called me Ralph-like. Yeah, so he's being fair. Well, look, all I could say is if it were reversed, I would 100% have his back. 100%.
I just want to let everybody know, genuinely, I don't want to be in a conflict with the guy. I talked to him for the last hour and I said the same thing. I said, I don't want to be your fucking enemy. Obviously, I'm in this for moral reasons. I'm going against fucking scum of the earth. I'm going against Ralph. I'm going against fucking Nick. I'm going against like actual scumbags, people that are destroying people's lives. I started shitting on Bo Blacks. Why? Oh, not just because he's a weirdo. He's actively talking about kids. He's talking about converting fucking kids to, okay? Like, that's a scumbag. That is a scumbag. And throughout all of this, look, it's been weeks. It's been weeks behind the scenes. And I really do feel like it's the Nick thing all over again. He's getting a little bit of pushback. A few Twitter accounts are fucking messing with him. He does stream after stream after stream after stream after stream. The fuck out. And if you're in any of the chats, if you're his mod, you know, all the top RPG guys, they're not, what's crazy is he's no longer cool with 90% of his mods. Why? Because every single person knows that we've all been telling him the same shit. And I didn't comment on it because, again, I wasn't saying his name. I'm cool with the guy. I wasn't saying his name. He didn't like it being said. I wasn't going to say it. Simple as. I like the guy. I'm cool with the guy. He's getting mad about his name. Why would I say his name? I know he doesn't like it, so I'm not going to do it. And that was basically the stance. And I've said as much. And for weeks, it's not just been this week. It's been weeks before the Kino Casino. Everyone's been trying to hey, Jaden, what's your take on this? What's your take on this? What's your take on this? And what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? I said, yeah, I don't think it's cool that they're saying that. I think it's fucked up. They're just trolling him, though. If, you know, he has to realize, just like the Groypers who like actively are trying to destroy me and hate my life, like, or ruin my life, these guys aren't even doing that. They're just like fucking with them on the internet. They're not even like, they're not calling people. They're not like, Groypers are trying to do that to RPG. He should know that. Like, Groypers are out there literally day in, day out, fucking with him, fucking with his family. Literally, Groypers are doing that. Meanwhile, you know, Twitter accounts just, like, I don't even care if he blocks them. Just stop talking about it. Who cares? And I said as much. I had his back for weeks. I've had his back for weeks until, and even during the Kino Casino, I said, yeah, they said his name. I wouldn't say his name because I like the guy. Clearly they don't, you know, they don't respect that. They don't like him, whatever. Then that's between them. But I think his response on Friday was fine. I told him as much. I said, yeah, you know, I think you should respond if you feel inclined to do so. Give people your side and then drop it. Otherwise, it's going to spiral. It's going to keep spiraling. It's going to keep spiraling. And what's happened? Oh, it's spiraled. And he said, and he's been saying now, oh, Jaden's a traitor. Jaden's Judas. Jaden's this, that, and the other. It's like all weekend, I've been telling him that I disagree with his actions. All weekend, privately. I've been telling him, bro, stop fucking out on Porsalin. Ralph doxed your entire family. Ralph's been fucking with you. Groypers have been fucking with you endlessly, forever. Why are you going harder on Porsalin for saying 2 puns in the Kino Casino chat than you are the Kino Casino? It doesn't even make sense. If you want to go after the Kino Casino, then go after the Kino Casino. But that doesn't make any sense. Why is he digging up the fucking name docs of Porsalin for 2 days straight? Well, it doesn't even make sense. And I told him that privately, and all of his mods said it's a bad look, said that he's the fuck out. And then he starts talking about flagging the Kino Casino. Now, I don't believe that he did. I don't believe that he did, but he's talking about doing so in his mod chat. Every single mod, myself, saying, that's fucking Ralph shit. That's retarded. Why would you do that? That's literally Ralph level shit.
It ain't Ralph level.
It escalates even further, and he's talking about trucing with Ralph, and the Groypers aren't really his enemies. He's trying to do other things. He doesn't care about Ralph. He wants a ceasefire with Ralph. And myself and all of his mods say, you're going to burn every single bridge that you've ever made in the Alog sector and the whole community, including your audience, if you go out there and go, yeah, Ralph's not that bad. Oh, actually, it's the casino. Okay? And so that is what, behind the scenes, what people were dealing with for days. And I myself am against all that shit. I'm against all that shit. And I said it to him. His mod said it to him. Everybody expressed it to him privately. But because I like RPG, because I don't have any beef with the guy, because I don't want beef with the guy, I didn't say anything publicly until Monday when I felt the need, because he's sitting there talking about flagging this person, flagging that person, flagging, like he's talked about literally countless people. He's going after Porsalin, which I believe to be like, I don't think it's the same thing. And I explained that to him 100 times. And I explained I explained everything on Monday. So I'm kind of speeding through some of this because again, we've done this. We did this on Monday. So just to reiterate where I'm at, I didn't even say all the stuff about Ralph. I didn't say the stuff about him talking about flagging because I don't think he flagged. I don't think he did, but he was talking about it, and I didn't say that on stream. Out of respect for him, he said he wasn't going to do it. He said that he wasn't going to truce with Ralph because every single person gave him shit for about 3 hours, and he's on the phone. He keeps doing these conference calls 8 hours long where he's the fuck out. I jumped on one of them for about 30 minutes, gave him my opinion, told him where I stand, and then I go live, and I told him in the chat, I said, look, man, you continue to out, you continue to make this a bigger thing. If he would have just not have said anything after Friday, it probably would have been over. It probably would have been on to the next thing. But he continues to spiral, continues to do it. And look, I'm a streamer. Everyone in the chat knows my stance on it. They all agree. And what, I'm just supposed to pull, is this Groypers 2? Is this America First 2? He's doing all this retarded shit publicly. And because I like his stream, because I don't have beef with the guy, when everybody's trying to wrap me into his stupid actions. I'm supposed to go on and say, oh, actually, I endorse everything he does, and I see nothing wrong with any of this. Look, I went on there as friendly as I could be. I gave my take. I think it was a reasonable take. And I just said nothing. And that was it. That was it. After Monday, I said, I'm done talking about it. That's it. Yesterday, didn't say a word about it. Now, Monday night, he went on his Twitter and he tweeted out that apparently while I was live, Ultros was DMing Cringe Mama and saying RPG's RPG is talking about you because RPG in his chat was shit talking CM, saying that she's a she in his ear, and he's fucking sick and tired of all these people coming to his defense and trying to talk him out of being aggressive, going on the offensive, so on and so forth. So apparently, while I was live, while I was talking about Bo Blacks or whatever, apparently Ultros DM'd CM, or CM reached out, and then Ultros said that, and she went and told RPG that Ultros said that. Now, Ultros, just like myself, just like everyone else, there was a chat of about 23 people or something like that. About 23 people who, and every single person, other than like maybe one, said, RPG, stop escalating. RPG, don't flag. RPG, don't do a truce with Ralph. And throughout the weekend, I think, 50-60% of that mod chat left. Literally. All these people that he's like, oh my gosh, all these people have my back. It's all gay drama. I didn't want to engage in it publicly. Why? Because it gives the people that I actually hate, the AFers, the Nick Fuentes, it gives them a W. Literally. Literally. So Ultros goes in the DMs, calls him a behind his back, and what does he do? Well, immediately, while I'm live, he tweets out, Ultros is talking shit behind my back. He's a traitor. Anyways, this is what Feaser said. He said, the reason Jaden has my name in his stream title tonight is because I caught Ultros conspiring behind my back. He says, today he refused to acknowledge wrongdoing and say he's not responsible for his actions. He said all that to your face. And what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do about it? You are using that as a vector to attack me. I don't care. I told him a million times. I said, hate Ultros, block Ultros. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What does this have to do with me? Why are you using this as a, hey, Groypers, we hate Jaden, right? And then his chat's sitting there saying, oh, Jaden's the one that flipped. Jaden's cozying up to the casino because he saw where the tide. I was defending him through all the bullshit to the point where like every Alog, ask him, Kino Shay, fucking Zanny Berries, VHS, any of these people. Like I've done nothing but defend RPG. I've literally done nothing but defend. It's mind blowing, but he's using this as a vector to attack me. His chat saying, oh my gosh, RPG's the victim here. The guy's decided that he's a groiper now. Why? Because I guess fucking Black Swan tweeted at him, and CP Paul tweeted at him, and Ralph tweeted at him, and because of that, he's decided actually all that bullshit that Nick spread and he defended for months and months and months and months. Well, apparently now he's decided that's actually true, and he's going to push it. And I'm the number one enemy. Why am I the number one enemy? Well, I think we all know why. Just like Ethan Ralph, who I didn't know anything about and just randomly attacked me out of the clear blue sky when Nick and I had our falling out. I think we all know why RPG has decided to go after me, even though I've literally done nothing but defend the guy and be honest and upfront about my feelings towards the whole situation. And that is because how do you get in Nick's good graces? There's forgiveness for anyone as long as you do one thing, as long as you do one simple thing. And that is attack me. When it comes to Nick Fuentes, when it comes to getting a cozy spot, literally that simple. So Porsalin says, I'll be honest, I'm going to miss being his number one target. It's been a blast. Enjoy, Jaden. And hey, congratulations. RPG has handed the Groypers their first victory in literally a year. Look, no matter what happens, if the casino does that, if they go after me, if I would respond, I would, depending on what the fuck it is, if they play an embarrassing clip, my response, yeah, that's embarrassing. Wow, that's cringe. If it's something else, it depends, right? But I can tell you all this right now, no matter what happens, I'm not going to go, hey, Ralph, what's up, Ralph, revenge scumbag piece of shit. Hey, man, I know you just got done doxing children and you've said all this terrible shit and done all this terrible shit. But hey, now I'm going to defend you. Now I want to come back to your side. I said, if you have a problem, why not say it? If you have a problem, why not say it? Why not say it, RPG?
Uh-oh. Called out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, getting called out here.
Called out.
Well, this is going to be good for the Gaylogs, man. It's going to be great for the Gaylogs.
It's going to be great for the Gaylogs? Oh, if you super chat me, Groypers, I'll go off on Jaden and Ultros. Why don't you just say it? Wow, that's going to be great for the Gaylogs. Wow, Jaden, you're really playing into it. How dare you? How dare you play into the Gaylog smear like that? What do you mean? You're sitting here saying that you're going to go off. Why not go off? Just say it. Like, why be a passive-aggressive? Why act like a fucking... If you have something to say, say it. Oh, maybe I'll say it. I don't know. Maybe I'll say it next week. Just say it. Say it. The guy's like, there's seriously something wrong with his brain. Every single person, everyone's against him. Everyone's an enemy. It's ironic. I guess this is my final statement. It's ironic that the guy that made the 109 burned bridges list for Nick Fuentes is an absolute himself, absolute psycho. It is what it is. I don't plan to continue to talk about him. If he wants to continue to start shit, then I guess I might have to address something here or there. But I will say that the guy, he went mask off. He showed everybody in this community where he stands. He was covering for this whole time, question mark? Of course not. He's just pushing that because he wants to cozy up to Nick.
Everybody needs to know everything that there is to know. And depending on, which streams you're tuning into, you're not exactly getting the full story. But here you're going to get the full story. You're going to get every last bit of it. And you also might notice a difference in energies. Other streamers, they're seething, they're mauling, they're going mad. There are lots of smears, lots of ad homs, lots of personal attacks. You're really not going to hear a lot of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. You might hear a line or two. Of course, is going to happen naturally. But yeah, you're going to notice, I think, a total difference in energy because, as these situations tend to go, the truth is unequivocally on my side, and therefore I have not one thing to worry about. And there was an effort. I'm not even going to say it was a decent effort, but there was an effort made to preempt this, to upend this. There was a first strike there. Didn't exactly land, though. I'm feeling pretty unscathed at the moment. I'm feeling pretty good about my position in all this. I'm feeling pretty good. And that is namely because, as I pointed out, the truth is completely and totally 100% on my side. Despite, there's like a handful of Twitter accounts. Despite what those Twitter accounts, they just keep spamming all day long, the same bullshit, the same propaganda. And I tried to warn people. I tried to warn Junin. I did. I'm being serious, man. I tried to warn this guy, and I could tell, though. I could tell he was drinking the Kool-Aid. Really, I could tell that I lost him probably, 1 to 2 weeks ago. It was pretty obvious that it just, wasn't clicking with him. And, there's a lot going on. I mean, I think one part of it is that he definitely folded to the pressure campaign that they mounted. But the second part, and probably the primary reason why he ended up folding to the Gaylogs, is because, his top benefactor is himself a Gaylog. This is a man. You know him as Ultros. You may know him as another name. There's no need to, put that information out there, but everybody knows what it is. And what I was told what I was told is that if somebody's information is made public against their will, then it's fair game. And you could say it as much as you want to, and you could tell funny jokes with their names, and you could do funny puns and things like that. So it's kind of weird because all the people that had their pennies up in a bunch over the Porsalin situation, all those very same exact, it's funny, isn't it? How like 2-3 days later, I am completely and totally vindicated and all of the snakes are completely exposed. And now maybe some people who were doubting me, maybe those people are beginning to realize why I did what I did, because I know who these people are. And if you're looking to the enemy for guidance or direction, then you're basically a fucking... I mean, I hate to be so blunt, but if you are controlled, if you are paralyzed by fear because of, oh, the enemy is going to say this, well, then, you know, unfortunately, you're not a soldier, you're not a trooper, and you're not in it to win it, man. You are not in it to win it. So, combination of things, but I'm pretty sure if you remove Ultros from the picture, then I'm pretty sure Jaden maybe would have had my back. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's hard to say. And look, I'm not going to do the thing. I'm not going to do the thing where I say, oh, I never liked Jaden. I did like Jaden, okay? So I'm not going to do the thing where it's like, oh, I'm so glad. I don't have to pretend. I actually genuinely liked Jaden. I liked the Jaden gang. I thought there was like a really good cross-pollination between our audiences. Really, one of the biggest parts of the problem here is the fact that like Jaden and Ultros together, they essentially like poisoned the well, and they essentially tarnished my reputation before the entirety of his audience. You know, this catty bitch Ultros, he wanted to go behind my back. He's taking screenshots. Ultros is feeding propaganda to Kino gay. Okay, if you guys haven't seen that yet, like these are your. This is your team. This is your team. This is who you're working with. Gabe Hoffman, Kino gay. I mean, hey, that's the way you want to roll. I mean, this is a, and everybody knows that, by the way. And there's nobody, by the way, who knows it more than Jaden himself. And then everybody knows that he knows. But at the same time, you know, somebody is paying you to a tune of, what is it, $100K a year? Is it $150,000 a year? You know, Jaden is totally compromised. He is. And I never realized that. I never did. I always thought that Jaden was kind of his own person. And a lot of the Groyper attacks against him, I didn't believe those. I didn't want to believe those. I thought, no. Jay, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's not like that. And they're making shit up. But you'll see for yourself. You will all see for yourself. You will see with your own eyes exactly what I'm talking about. I have all of the receipts. So we're going to go through it. And, you know, it really is a shame because I liked Jaden. I wanted to keep liking Jaden. I always defended him. I always had his back. If he was in my position, I would not have paused to defend him. That's here. I'm not just, this isn't virtue signaling. I would not have hesitated for one moment to help. And I did go to bat for Jaden. Many times I went to bat for Jaden. But unfortunately, this time he just buckled, just totally buckled. So Monday night came and Jaden went live to give his take, right? Because the weekend happened, the Porsalin happened. I did my Monday stream. I told my funny Porsalin joke on Monday, responded a little bit more to the Kino Casino. So it was finally Jaden's turn to go live and give his take on all of it. Now, Jaden's take included several major concessions to Gaylog talking points and a lukewarm defense, which is, we're being very, very liberal if we call this a defense, of me, which honestly now in retrospect seemed more like an attempt to neutralize me from doing what comes next here today. In retrospect, that is exactly now, I think I'm seeing it with full clarity. Now, at first, straight up, I coped about it. I was coping hard. And I pretended that it wasn't as bad as it was in actuality. Once again, I've always liked Jaden. I'm not just saying this. You know, I'm not going to do the, I'm not going to whip out, oh, he's this, he's that. I'm not going to do any of that. Unfortunately, the next day, when I tuned into a stream, which brings us to Tuesday night, I saw that it had become Alog Central. And of course it had. Jaden, Monday night, had clearly signaled to them whose side he was on. That's why they were on Twitter that night. They were taking victory laps because everybody heard loud and clear where he stood. Like I said, at the time I was coping, so people in my chat were like, RPG, what the hell? Like that, like that wasn't cool. And I was like, no, guys, take it easy, because people do this, right? People, they cope sometimes. So I was coping. I was like, no, he's my friend. That's not what he did. He wouldn't, but that it straight up 1,000% that is what he did. And everybody saw it. And it took me maybe a day or two to come around to, but that's what happened. That's what happened. Like he just gave them a dub on a silver platter and they were loving it. And they were posting, compilations and shit because, he gave the gay logs exactly what they wanted. So once again, nice job, Jaden. Well done, man. Really a stand-up guy you are. Okay. I saw Ultros along with other familiar faces. They were poisoning the well. They were spamming my name docs, which was apparently now fully permitted, despite Jaden knowing my position on that, which I stated even after I have stated my own name on stream multiple times. Jaden knows what my position is on that, but Jaden at this point no longer felt, I guess, that he had to respect my wishes. And honestly, he was just afraid of ticking off the gay logs, right? So if he were to put his foot down, if he were to be a man and put his foot down and say, sorry guys, that's my friend, that's not cool, then maybe the gay logs would have flipped on him, or maybe they would have made a mean tweet about him. So instead, Jaden was like, oh, go ahead, spam it as much as you want. And then the excuse that he came up with is, well, RPG already said his name, so now everybody in my chat can name docs the fuck out of him. Yeah, sorry, man, but that's bullshit. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's weak as fuck. And I'll say it again for the 1,000th time. If it was the other way around, bro, let's talk about Ultros, okay? Let's talk about I had blacklisted his name from my chats for him. I blacklisted his name. Now, did I say to you, oh, well, the Groyper's already said his name 100 times. The Groyper's already said his name 1,000 times, Jaden. So I'm not, no, because that's scumbag shit. We're supposed to be friends, right? So it's like, look, I got your back. Don't worry. I'll put the name on the blacklist. And the name never came up in my chat because that's what friends do for each other. Am I out right now? Am I melting down? Am I going insane right now because I'm saying this? Excuse me, I'm a little bit emotional because that's what a friend does. And now what are they going to tell me? Oh, what's the internet? Oh, well, there's no friends on the internet. Okay, well, what word do I use to describe a person that I'm in communication with and I'm friendly with and I confide in and we trust each other? What word can I use to describe that person? Because apparently friend is off limits. If you say friend, then people go, oh, there's no friends on the internet. Okay, so then what word can I use? I'm going to use the word friend because I think it works. I think it works. That doesn't mean that we're best friends. Doesn't mean we're best friends for life. It doesn't mean that we're roommates. Doesn't mean that. But I'm going to use the word friend, okay? So everybody who says you can't call a person a friend on the internet, that's it. And once again, you just made that up. Yeah, exactly, Mooma. Exactly. I didn't say, oh, your name's already out there. Just embrace it, bro. Did I say that once? Did I say? Of course I didn't say that. And why would I? Because clearly it was bothering you. So it's like, okay, well, if it's bothering him, then we'll take care of it. But Jaden, he apparently has a different position until it comes to. So when it comes to my name, Jaden thinks that it's fair game. It's open season. Go ahead, chat. But then when it comes to this other person, it's doxing and, hey, you can't do that. So, I mean, it's pretty clear what is going on here. He was making it pretty obvious whose side he was on. Made it very obvious whose side he was on. And it wasn't mine. And I'm an actual person. I'm an actual person that you know. I'm an actual person that you would have known and been friendly with. I'm an actual supporter of yours, an actual defender of yours, right? Somebody that into the future, you know what I'm saying? I would actually be around in a week from now, a month from now, months from now. All these other people that you're cozying up to because you don't want them to bully you on twitter.com. Where are they going to be next week, man? Where's VHS? So honestly, it's pathetic is what it is. It is pathetic that you allowed. See, it's funny. It's actually funny because the narrative from these people is that RPG is out. But you know what the funny thing is, actually? The funny thing is, like, between me and Jaden, like, here I am. I'm acting with full autonomy. Nobody controls me. I mean, I do take input, as we're going to see. I do take input from people, but the buck stops with me. Okay, so there aren't any that are telling me what to do. There's no bullies on the internet who are telling me what to do. You know, Jaden over and over and over again would say, oh no, but you can't do this because then the gay logs are going to say that. Oh, you can't do this because that. You do not look to the enemy for direction because the enemy wants to control, they want to thwart, they want to suppress, they want to stifle you, they want to take you out. So you don't look to the enemy to say, oh no, the enemy, they're gonna take my words out of context. Oh, they're gonna Photoshop my face and make me look as stupid as possible. Oh, I better surrender. I better surrender. I wouldn't want a Twitter account that's blocked anyway, that I can't even see their tweets. I wouldn't want that person making fun of me. So it was clear then that this present conflict right now was unavoidable. But like I said, I was coping, honestly, I was. You know, and we've all been there before, you know, like when a friend fucks you over and like at first you cope because like you don't want to believe it, but then eventually you realize actually, yeah, they did fuck me over. So that's what happened here. Jaden's defense of me was absolutely pitiful. It was practically non-existent. And at the time I was coping because, like I said, I did not want to believe that Jaden had sided with my enemies, even though it was pretty apparent that he had. Okay, so now, what Jaden needed to do Monday night was come out with a strong defense for me, right? As an influencer, there are people who are going to come, like, you know, the Red Pill Gang core audience is going to come to me whenever a thing happens, and I am going to have, you know, a significant, not that I control people's minds, but if I've built up trust with people, they trust me. That's why they call us influencers, because you do have some level of influence over people. Doesn't mean you control them, but they come to you for guidance, advice, direction. Hey, what's going on here? So you have like the Red Pill Gang people, you have the Jaden Gang people, and the Jaden Gang on Monday night, they went to Jaden. They were like, Jaden, hey, give us the lowdown, Jaden. What's going on? Tell us what's going on with RPG. And that was where Jaden needed to. He needed to have my back. And by the way, not just have my back like out of force, like, oh, well, even if he disagrees with me, have my back. But if you are familiar with all of the material facts as I've presented them to you so far, you should naturally, as a logical conclusion of the facts that I have laid out before you all, you should have my back. You should have my back. You should. Like, there's no reason not to have my back. But what Jaden would say is, oh, you're like Ethan Ralph now. Where did you get those ideas from, Jaden? Who put those ideas in your mind, Jaden? Because those lines sound awfully familiar to me. Yeah, because the accounts that are spam astroturfing those talking points, and I kept trying to point it out. People didn't want to listen to me. But it was up to Jaden to, as a friend, as an influencer, stand before his audience, and just as I'm doing today, lay out all the facts and explain to them why actually RPG didn't do anything wrong. Explain to them why, when it comes to the Porsalin situation, why I was actually in the right 100%. 100% without question. When it came to Porsalin, he got exactly precisely what he deserved, and I will never, ever, ever retreat from that position. I will never retreat from that position because he got exactly what he had coming to him. And all I did, by the way, all I did was I applied his rules to him. That's all I did. That was the point of it all. That was the fun. That was the joke. That was the presentation. It's like, okay, so here's what I did. So I collected his rules. And then I said, okay, so according to you, these are the rules. Got it. Okay, so now let's see how you feel when I apply your rules to you. That's exactly what I did. So Jaden, if somebody tells me that these are their rules, and then I go, okay, well then, here you go. And I'm staying within the lines you drew. How am I the bad guy here? Well, combination of things, one of them being that Jaden doesn't want to get bullied by losers on the internet. So instead, Jaden was like, oh, well, I don't totally disavow him, but also he's autistic. Really, bro? Like, you're going to call your friend autistic? Okay, like, okay. And I'm supposed to go, oh, well, wow, thanks for having my back, Jaden. This right here, this is the catalyst for the current feud. Did Jaden mention this on stream yesterday? I'm guessing he didn't. I'm guessing probably he didn't mention this. Did Jaden leave this part out? He didn't. Okay. As I expected, Jaden conveniently leaves this detail out because currently, at this moment in time, I'm still coping. I'm still defending Jaden, even though Jaden already hadn't defended me. And on Tuesday night, I get this message from Cringe Mama. And Cringe Mama informs me that Ultros, behind my back, okay, because Ultros is still in my mod chat, still acting like he's Team RPG, right? So as far as I know, we're on good terms. He hadn't stated otherwise to me. And as it turns out, Ultros was caught conspiring behind my back, and he's going around the King's Court and he's whispering into everybody's ears, and he is actively trying to turn people against me because he's trying to increase the pressure campaign against me because apparently he was unhappy with a conversation that we had in mod chat, which I'm also going to address because I'm 100% in the clear across the board. So we're going to address it all. And Jaden left this out. That's weird. That's really, really strange that Jaden and Ultros both made no mention of this, like, this detail of utmost importance. So I say to Cringe, because honestly, at this point, I really don't even know Cringe Mama very well. So I don't know if maybe this is like a gay op or something. So until I see proof, I am doubting because I would not have expected, or maybe I should have, but I would not have expected this to actually be true. So I say to her, can you show me proof he said that? That's a huge claim you're making, right? Like, I'm not going to believe that without seeing proof. That's a really big claim you're making right now. One of my mods is actively behind my back conspiring and trying to turn people against me. So she says, okay, so I say, please send me proof. And then what does she do? She sends me proof. Right? So here there's a screenshot and it's actually cropped. I would like to show you the full thing. The DM from Ultros to Cringe Mama. Ultros is Southside Cards. And the message says from Ultros, he's sharing your messages in group chat. You cannot trust him. Whoa. Wow. So like literally without exaggeration, caught conspiring behind my back. And then Cringe Mama says, RPG, LOL? Great. And then she says, why though? And then Ultro says, because he's a like Jaden said, just stop talking to him. And there's another message from me. And I say to Cringe Mama, when I confronted him, Ultros, in mod chat about him, catching him talking shit behind my back, Ultros, he left the mod chat immediately. He made no attempt to even defend himself. He was just like caught red-handed, handed the cookie jar, made no attempt to defend himself. He just left. And Ultros, he just flipped, man, like a switch flipped in his brain, and he had made up his mind that he needed to take me out, which is why he was running around and he was attempting to basically like stir up this immunity against me. And obviously, if he was caught saying those things to Cringe Mama, you can only imagine what he was saying to Jaden directly. I guarantee you, he was saying to Jaden, we got to cut this guy out. We got to get this. This is unacceptable. This is intolerable. Okay, like to him, that was a deal breaker. Even considering no longer being in active conflict with a person that I don't even really have active conflict with Ralph. Like, Ralph is somebody that I had conflict with, and he did a bunch of horrific shit. I mean, he's the reason why my dox is out there. I hate the guy. I called him a despicable scumbag days ago. I said he's a scumbag. He will always be a scumbag. But it's just a matter of, like, look, I'm trying to move on from I've been saying this. I tried this week to move on from A-logging stuff. I really am seriously making an actual conscious effort to move on. There's a handful of people watching the stream right now who also got DMs from Ultros out, and you need to cut this guy because that's how he gets. Ultros, for those who don't know, he's like very, like they call me, he's very, he's like, you got to cut this guy out. You got, like, he gets like these, like, I don't know, like these like mental breakdowns or something, or he has like these panic attacks. He just totally loses his shit and he freaks out and he's like, can I call you? Can I call you? Like, I'm freaking out right now. And like, there was one time when he was freaking out and he wanted me to talk to his dad or something. And I'm like, bro, what? You want me to talk to your dad? Like, he would always ask me to do these weird things. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Like you're a fucking grown man. Deal with your own shit. Like he wanted me to baby him. He wanted me to pamper him. And I always kept him at arm's length. I was like, something's up with this dude. But the thing with Ultros is basically like a package deal with Jaden. You know, like they come together, right? But anyway, so Ultros, he reaches out to me, even though he just got caught red-handed lying. And he says, basically, he's asking me he's like, hey, remember those super chats I sent you? Can you delete the post because I super chatted you? And I say to him, you completely snaked me, which he did. I say, if you disagree with my actions, that's one thing. But why would you go around trying to turn people against me like that? And what is his response? He says, congrats, you just showed any remaining donors that you will post their info, Ralph. Bro, you are not, at this point, you are not in a position to speak to me like this. At this point, okay? Jaden might respond to this by saying, oh, well, RPG Gang was hating on me too, but the reason why my viewers, my supporters were talking shit about you was also because of your refusal to back me up. So Jaden Gang was talking shit about me because of you, and my gang was talking shit also because of, like, you were responsible coming and going. Okay, so at this point, I'm frustrated because it's clear that Jaden has been compromised, Jaden Gang has been turned against me, and Ultros is still actively conspiring against me. So now I'm wondering, why did I delete those posts? Our relationship was now damaged beyond repair, and it was all because of Jaden's fecklessness, spinelessness, cowardice. There was nothing left to salvage, and it was in large part, if not entirely, due to Ultros pulling Jaden's strings/purse strings. So I decided there was no reason to protect Ultros anymore. And Jaden, deep down, he knows he's completely in the wrong here. And that's why last night he's pulling out all the, it's all the Gaylog talking points. It's, oh, here's RPG singing Imagine again. And I'm going to call him Teddy Feaser now. And, oh, he's completely bald. That picture of him on Twitter is actually real. He has not one strand of hair on his head and all this other. It's like, really, bro? Really? Like that's where you're taking this? Am I taking it there, by the way? Am I taking it there? Maybe I made a snide comment or two, but am I taking it there? It's incredible, man. It's incredible. Like, for you to flip like that. But not only the flip, it's the way he did it. It's the way that he did it that was especially revealing. That especially spoke to his character. Maybe I haven't stated this yet. Let me explain why I posted what I did. Because Ultros snaked me and got caught red-handed snaking me, I decided to snake him back, which was justified by his snaking. Do we like notice a pattern here with how I function when it comes to these types of matters? Okay, if you don't fuck with me, I'm not going to fuck with you. But if you do fuck with me, then it's like, okay, well, you shouldn't have done that, and now it's your turn. Do we and people, apparently this breaks their brains and they go, no, RPG, they can only fuck with you and you can't fuck with them back. But okay, so you got caught And I'm like, okay, you want to be a scumbag and you want to run your mouth and you want to turn people against me who are allies, who are friendly to me. Okay, well, now it's my turn. You made your move. Now it's my turn. And here is what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to throw out red meat for the Groypers. Why? It's because I want the Groypers to like me? No. It's because I want the Groypers to maybe, do what they will. Respond to that how they will. And that is just desserts. That is justified because you tried fucking with me. You tried fucking with my business, my stream, my brand, my reputation. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to take it there, you have now provided me with perfect justification to say, have at it. Have at it. Have fun, Groypers. Will Jaden say to the Gaylogs in his chat that he knows the deal, he knows the score? Will Jaden do that? I don't think he will, because I think Jaden he's pandering to them, and he thinks that he wants them to stay around for a while. They don't do that. The Gaylogs don't even super chat. They don't do any. They just make clips, which they will then get. They will, the currency they trade in is Twitter likes, retweets, and follows. That's their form of payment. So literally everything Jaden is saying to me, literally all of it is coming from like the same 5 accounts on Twitter. All of it. So he's saying, I disagree with you. And here's why. I disagree with you because Porsalin only said your name twice as a joke. Okay, well, I said as a joke too. Are you laughing? I'm fighting. I'm fighting, and I'm not backing down no matter what. No matter what, I'm not backing down. And they tried to break me every step of the way. They tried to break me, but I refused to bend the knee, and that drives them mad. That drives them fucking crazy. When they see me continuing to defend myself, they lose it because I'm not supposed to be doing this. Because what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to just, roll into a ball, roll into the fetal position and go, leave me alone. I'm sorry. But I'm not doing that. Bend the knee. Yes, they want me to bend the knee. Jaden McNeil style. I'm going to get down on 2 knees for Ultros. Sorry, but I don't play it that way. Don't play it that way. So shortly afterwards, he goes live and the stream title says, can't appease the fees, right? So now he's got the name docs in his stream title, and like that is essentially a declaration of war. Like now that is you asserting that you have definitively taken a position against me, right? Like everybody saw that, everybody saw it for what it was, right? Like the fact that he was just that was the declaration of war. That's what it was. So seeing that, I said, fuck it. Because it's like, okay, well, I guess this means war. So I said, fuck it. And the post that I deleted the night before for you, Jaden, I'm like, okay, well, you're going to war with me here. You're firing the first shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'm going to like drop this bomb that's set to explode right in your lap just as you're going live. Like, hey, it's war. All's fair in love and war, right? So Jaden's about to go live. Jaden's about to, go off on me. Well, here's what I'm going to do.
Короче, что делаем? Выключаем или нет?
Нет, брат, мы пока здесь же, да, находимся, брат. Ты будешь с горячей...
Volkswagen, да не, мы за Россию, брат, пиво.
Нет, я говорю этот.
Somebody told me there's an update from RedPillGangTV.
Уже честно, и желания нет, и не кайф ничего говорить.
Possible? What is his handle?
Не отвечай на такие провокационные вопросы, брат.
TV. Red Pill.
Thank you for Korea love the Russian love Korea. Thank you.
Can I unblock? I can't. More Ultros tapes. Ultros files drop number 3. Let's see what we got here. Let's keep this bitch just way lower. It's kind of driving me crazy. Anything good in these? This is hilarious. It says, I may schedule a meeting with Anna Paulina Luna. She is fully aware of Nick and can demand documents from the Justice Department. Oh my gosh. Hello, Anna. Hello, Representative Paulina Luna. Can you demand documents from the Justice Department on Nick Fuentes? Because he's giving my sugar baby a hard time. Excuse me, sugar baby. Is he bothering you? Excuse me, Congress? Call Justice Department. Excuse me, Congress? Get the Justice Department on the line. My sugar baby is under attack. Yeah, get me Congress. Hello, Anna? Get me Justice Department. Get me the Attorney General of the United States of America. Hello, Attorney General Garland. We have a situation. My sugar baby is under attack. Elise Stefanik's chief of staff just called me. They're fully aware of Nick. Yeah, they all are. Kevin McCarthy's aware of me. Fucking Trump is aware of me. I requested a meeting. I'm going to go after him on every possible angle I can. At this point, I am going to spend all of my time pursuing this. My dad gave a lot of money to her. Oh my gosh. How is this real? But I was still shocked he called me back. They have the ability to demand answers from the DOJ. They're trying to get me in jail for the Capitol, especially in regards to the video of him telling people to storm the Capitol. Elise Stefanik's chief of staff called me out of the blue. Okay, this is duplicate. I was shocked. My dad has been supporting Elise Stefanik for... My father, my daddy, has been supporting Elise Stefanik for years. And the chief of staff is friends with Tucker and people from Gray Zone. Wait a second. Wait a cotton-picking second. They found out about the attacks on my dad from Jaden relayed to the Congresswoman. Wow. So while Nick is going after super chatters is bad, going after donors to powerful GOP leaders is even worse. Wow. He said there's enormous pressure on Biden DOJ. He told me Tucker is going to cover Nick, which he did collaborate on the Gray Zone piece. Yeah, this was incredibly dumb by Nick to go after my dad. Your dad's gonna fucking burn in hell, dude. Junior, rest in piss. He's been donating to politicians for years, but he didn't contact them. They literally reached out to me. Jaden made the Gray Zone people aware of what I was going through. Wow. What a fucking traitor. Wow. That's insane. Dude, this is the best one yet. Wow. You know what? Honestly, Red Pill Gaming, the slate is wiped clean. It's clean. Honestly. Red Pill Gaming has received a pardon from the supreme cult leader of America First. Pardoned. He said a lot of crap about me, but this is worth. Pardoned. Presidential pardon signed. Let's see. I explained everything in detail, how Nick uses proxies. Cozy is a criminal enterprise. How? I contacted the FBI. Oh, hello, FBI? FBI, get me the DOJ. Get me Congress. My sugar baby's under attack, and nobody cares. Hello, Congress? Congress, get me Justice Department. Justice Department, get me FBI. FBI, get me Joe Biden. Why won't they leave my sugar baby alone? This is insane, dude. This is the craziest fucking thing I've ever read in my life. This guy mentioned Tucker, familiar with the articles. I'm guessing he talked to Anya directly and reached out to me. I have the COS of one of the most powerful members of Congress. Call me out of the blue is insane. I just pray it isn't another letdown. Sounds like it was. Anna Paulina Luna, who fucking hates Nick. Wow, well, whatever. I just want to have a very large file. This should result in a RICO case as Nick runs organized crime. The crime of what? Kicking your fucking sugar baby out of my fucking building? Unreal. That's crazy. What a show. Wow. You know what? You gotta give it to Red Pill Gaming. What a masterful rollout. He really had the goods. I didn't think he had it. And I didn't think he had it in him. But man, he had the goods. Holy smokes. Wow. This is crazy, dude. Red Pill Gang. That's something else. That is really something else, that whole thing. Thank you, Red Pill Gang. Wow. Exonerated. I don't even care if it's one-sided. He really delivered the goods. And I didn't think he would. I really didn't. But that's something. That is something else.
Kelladon sent $3. If RPG asked for a cozy channel, would you give him one?
Maybe. I have to say, you know, I watched his stream today, and what he said today was wonderful. I thought it was so good. Because I saw a real human being there. There was some introspection. He went out and he said, look, I've done some terrible things. They've done terrible things to me. He said, but I don't want to fight anymore. I want to move on with my life. I want to be productive. And he said that it was getting to be all negative, all resentment. I forget the exact quote, but what he said today was actually really nice. And, you know, I reciprocate that because we have, you know, we've done some things to RPG. It's been, now, don't get me wrong, he initiated it. He did start it. He started out as like a fan, then became a critic, then became this like, then joined up with this community of people in the last year that are just like obsessed with taking me out. So I'm not going to say that it's totally equal because, you know, I do my own thing. Then people get obsessed with me and attack me. Then I attack them back. Then they say, oh, well, there's equivalency. No, not really. There's not really equivalency, you know? That's always how it goes. It's like, here I am doing my own thing. I do a show every night like I've been doing for 6-7 years. I do an event, blah, blah, blah. And then you get these hanger-ons, these bandwagoners, these coattail riders that jump on and they just bring up all this negativity. We want to dox you. We want to fuck with you. We want to sabotage you. Then you go and fuck with them, and then they say, oh, we're feuding now. It's a feud. Who can even remember how this started? Who can even remember how this all started? It's like, I can. I did a show, and then you started attacking me. You know, but at a certain point, it became two-sided, and yeah, we've done things to RPG in self-defense. You know, but I like what he said, and, you know, he said also that maybe this is his karma. He said maybe this is justice. He goes, because I gave into negativity, I joined into this toxic scene. He goes, and now it's happening to me. And it's like, yeah, kinda. I mean, I hate to be that guy to say that, but yeah, kinda. Like, he joined up with these sick people, who are really just disgusting human beings. Like, PPP is a disgusting slob human being. Andy Worski's a sicko. And then you got this Judas Ultros thing, which is just the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. And then you got these freaks from farms who are... It's just a sordid, disgusting pile of human garbage. and he joins up with them to like trash talk me. And he, in his mind, he's like telling himself, well, I'm attacking Nick because of my principles. I'm attacking Nick because of my principles. And these people are all attacking me basically because they're nihilists. You know, and then RPG, I don't know all the lore, but he goes out of line a little bit, and then they start attacking him, and they're all hypocrites, and they're all contradicting themselves. And he goes, wait a second, you're doing the same things that you accuse me of. You're doing the same things you accuse them of. And it's like, yeah, hello. Hello, these people aren't right-wing. They're not Christian. They don't support anything. They're just like Medicare. They're just a bunch of fucking Gen X nihilist freaks. And he's now realizing that, and he's like, hey, what the heck? Wait a second. You mean everyone's betraying me now? It's like, oh, go figure. All these freaks have no loyalty to each other. All these people that are literally traitors, you know, like, they have no loyalty. And all these people that gossip for a living don't actually care about building anything. And all these people that are just in this one-sided blood feud have no scruples or principles. Wow, that's so bizarre. Who could have predicted that? Well, I don't know. Us forever? So I'm glad that he said that. It's kind of like, yeah, like, okay, kind of a wake-up call there. So I thought that what he said today was a very nice message. And you know what? Like, I don't actually think he's a bad content creator. I watched his stream, and I saw a human being. I saw introspection. It was actually not bad content. It was actually engaging. I'm not going to lie. Like, out of all those streams that you could watch, this is pretty engaging. Like, you know, he's not a bad streamer. And, you know, now that he's not relentlessly shitting on me, I don't actually dislike the guy that much, and he's actually kind of funny. And he was right about Baked Alaska.
Now, my name is out there. Everybody in this chat knows my name. You know, we crossed the Rubicon tonight. You know, I went Jay Feaser mode. I hit the Fees button.